apparently, Asmongold got audited by Caleb. He put this out today. Asmongold was audited by Caleb Hammer. Yes, and we're going to watch it. This is a long one. This is like a 2-hour-long video. So this is probably going to take us to the conclusion of all the way to the end of stream. I cannot wait to see this. I don't know if I'm going to be pausing a lot or not because it's Asmongold. I cannot see myself pausing a lot to be raging about Asmongold spending because the guy doesn't spend money on anything. So I am excited. I am very excited. I saw this. I nearly jumped out of my chair when I saw this. So I cannot wait. Let us not hesitate any longer. Let us get into Caleb Hammer audits Asmongold.
Well, guys, it's been about like a month, and we're back on a new episode of Allcraft. I have to say, before we do anything else, it's completely my fault that it's taken this long. It's not Rich's fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's totally mine. And to make it up for you guys, we have a guest today. We have Caleb Hammer from Financial Audit. How you doing, man?
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So is this your studio here?
No, we are pretty close to it, but we love these guys here.
Oh my God, this place is so nice. I've got all this other stuff. Wow. Like after the last 3 episodes, we've been doing them in hotel rooms. I think that they think we're recording a porno or something.
Yeah, the whole swingers arc is finally done. But I do think that this is probably a new low for us, having to borrow a set from a guest and a guest's friends. It's like, Also considering the reason we haven't done the
back of a van open.
It's a month. The reason that we haven't filmed the podcast is because he spent 1,000 hours playing some goy slot.
380 hours playing Crimson Desert.
And he lost a tooth for every 100 hours.
I had a tooth fall out in the middle of playing, and I had to go to the dentist as an emergency the day after.
What? We had one of his fucking teeth fall out while he was playing Crimson Desert? Asmongold. Okay, yeah, you're right. This is the mark of a true fucking gamer right there. For him to play a game so fucking long that his teeth literally start falling the fuck out. No wonder he went to his dentist on his break to basically get his teeth fixed.
What are you doing? Why?
And I remember I had this happen, and I was because I had gotten banned on Twitch at the time, and I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? I guess and then this comes out, and I'm freaking out about it. And I'm actually thinking well, this is actually very convenient. And so I go there, I get it done, and I actually was upset that I got unbanned early because I had planned my entire week for playing video games.
Me too, bro. I was really upset.
I mean, do you play games at all?
Yeah, I've fallen off. Though, unfortunately.
When was the last game you played 100 hours?
City Skylines.
Jesus, you nerd, bro.
I know. I'm the finance guy.
City Skylines, is that like a Sims building game? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Is it just what is City Skylines? Just the name alone has me. Is it a city builder sim? Okay, that's what I thought. The name alone made me think that, like SimCity. Okay.
What are you doing? Wait, what are you trying to balance the city budget?
Yes. I want to build roads.
Yes.
Oh my God. And then Civilization. I just went back to Civ 5.
I'll tell you, driving over here, you need to build a road over here. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my, it's like driving through Iran. It's massive potholes everywhere. It's insane.
Civ 5. I just played Civ 5. 100 hours in Civ 5.
100 hours. All right. That's substantial. Okay.
Good game too.
That's my relaxation after work.
Well, hey, we don't, as far as gaming is concerned, we can obviously talk about that a whole bunch, but you're going to be really comfortable here. I've watched a bit of your show. You spend most of your time talking to fat, retarded people, so I think we're the perfect guest to talk to.
What? You're fat, I'm retarded?
Well, we're both retarded.
You lost 10 pounds.
I've lost 12. I'm waning fat.
Because I called you out, remember? So I hadn't seen him in 2 or 3 years, and I see him again. I'm like, you gained about 10, 15 pounds. And you were like,
isn't that a nice thing to say to your friend?
Yeah, you on that Ozempic?
No. So I just cut.
Wait, you actually changed your lifestyle? You can do that?
Yeah. Well, so I called him too, and I was like, yeah, dude,
It's
I'm eating a bunch
shocking.
of vegetables. I'm eating tinned fish eggs, just like whole foods, you know, like kind of Mediterranean diet. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, I hear his car starting. I'm like, where are you going right now? He's like, oh, McDonald's.
It's 2 in the morning, by the way.
2 in the morning. He's going to McDonald's. He's like, oh, that sounds real good, dude. That sounds real
How
fucking
do
good.
you maintain this physique?
Well, I just simply don't eat a lot of. I eat 1 meal a day. I wake up. Well, actually, I don't really know. Like, so I wake up. I usually have breakfast and I eat beef jerky. And then during my stream, I usually eat more beef jerky. And then after my stream, I eat candy and then beef jerky. And then after that, I have Chipotle. And then after that, I have ice cream.
Healthy.
Yeah, Chipotle's delicious, right? So I was eating so much Chipotle and so because it has like the amount of salt that it has. Have you seen the amount of salt
It's
it
like
has?
it's a meal plus snacks. Honestly, it's kind of the same thing that Gordon Ramsay said that he does. Like Gordon Ramsay said that like he does not eat traditional meals during mealtime. He's actually said, I can't remember if he said this on First Beef Feast, but he did the Hot Ones challenge. But he said like he'll like snack. He might have like a good breakfast in the morning, and then throughout the entire day, he'll have snacks. Like maybe like mid-morning, he'll have a snack, and then come lunchtime, he'll have a snack, and then mid-afternoon, he'll have a snack, and then maybe he'll have like a full dinner if he's not like working the line at the kitchen. He might have a full dinner when he gets home. Otherwise, he'll just snack. Like it's honestly the same thing that Gordon does, and as we all know, like Gordon's in fantastic shape, so. As crazy as it sounds, it's actually not bad. I mean, yeah, you can say like all the salt is bad for you. Who knows? Maybe he buys like salt-free beef jerky. That's out there, like low salt or salt-free beef jerky. That's certainly out there. Maybe he gets that. Who knows?
Probably a lot.
80% of like just one bowl of Chipotle. So I had my blood pressure taken, right? And it said my high score was 193.
A good score.
That was really high. My mom's was over 200, but like, you know, that didn't go.
Always living in her shadow,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, always living in her shadow, right? And so anyway, all this happens, right? And, I had to tone it down. And so now I only eat Chipotle 4 times a week. It used to be 6.
It's not bad.
Undiagnosed diabetes really keeps
It's
the
not
pounds
real.
off.
Like
I'm the fat one here.
Yeah.
And I don't even have these stats.
Oh yeah, no. And then I have ice cream at the end, and then I'll usually after I eat ice cream, I'll eat like chocolate, and then fall asleep on the floor watching anime.
Well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's right. What can I say?
It's my role model, man.
Dude, won't you get worse?
Like, is that surprising?
Let's be fucking real. Is anybody surprised that this is his routine? Is anybody at all surprised that this is his average routine? Wake up and eat some breakfast, eat beef jerky throughout the day, finish off the day, and go get like Chipotle or McDonald's, and then fall asleep eating ice cream in front watching anime. Is anybody surprised at all by this?
I don't know. I mean, I eat pretty okay.
Yeah?
I go on like a 5-mile walk every day after work, and I'm a fat. I got tits.
Well, yeah,
tits.
Okay. So one time somebody posted a photo of me where my stomach was really big and like where it looked bad because like in the angle and like the lighting and everything, and I just stopped eating food. I did. I stopped eating food. I was like, why? Because like I didn't.
He looked like if Gollum went to Long John Silver's for a week.
That is exactly how I look. Oh my God. Yes.
Unlimited fishies.
I can actually picture that in my mind right now.
I was at like 148 pounds, and I'm like,
That's
cannot
crazy.
go.
You're like 6'4".
I cannot go over 150 pounds. It cannot happen. So I'm back down to like 140, 135.
The crazy thing is though, that's his weight. His BMI is probably higher than yours.
What does that mean?
Why?
Like, how much muscle do you think you have?
I don't know.
There's no muscle there.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
probably not.
Actually, he'd be the only person that BMI would stand for like bone mass index. It's just like he's all bone, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he is.
No, yeah, I've never.
Like, I mean, to just look at Asmongold, you actually think, wow, he actually looks kind of like with his arms, you'd almost think like he might be slightly anorexic. Because he is so freaking skinny. Like, you can kind of see a little bit of a belly on him going on here. But if you look at his arms and you look at how skinny his legs are, you're like, come on. And it's also like, you're not getting an accurate representation because he's wearing sweatpants. So it's kind of baggy. And it's like, he's skinny. Yeah, he's like a little twig. Not little. He's 6'4", but he's like a twig.
I've always been very, very skinny. And honestly, like I used to get bullied in school all the time for being skinny. And everybody that I know that used to bully me, they're all fat now. and I'm not.
Uh-huh.
So you know what? I feel like a
Yep.
winner.
No one gets bullied in school for being skinny, though.
They do by fat
Oh,
people.
yes, they do. Oh, Taylor. Oh, you sweet summer child. Oh, the hell the kids don't get bullied in school for being skinny. Are you kidding me? Absolutely they do. No story time for me. I got bullied for being tiny. Okay, that was my bully. I got bullied for being small. Okay, but like kids are assholes. All right, kids will bully you for literally fucking anything. So yeah, they'll bully you if you're fat. They'll bully you if you're skinny. They'll bully you if you're tall. They'll bully you if you're short. They'll bully you if your tits are too big. They'll bully you if your ass is too big. They'll bully you if your legs are too big. They'll bully you if your teeth look funny. They'll bully you if you have zits in your face. Are you picking up what I put down here, chat? Kids are assholes and they will literally bully you for any reason under the fucking sun, and a few that you never even thought of. Why? It's school. It's all about I have to look better than everyone else. So I'm going to bully everyone to make myself look big. It's been this way since the beginning of fucking time.
Can I ask you a question? This might be a little bit. I just want to know.
Please.
As a Jewish guy, I know you're not.
You or
Jewish.
me? Because I'm not. Everyone thinks I am.
Still surprised. Did you get bullied for being Jewish even though you're not Jewish?
No.
Because I saw you and I literally my reaction, I was like, you tricked me. I was like, shalom, dude. How are you?
Dude, these are fake. These are only 5 years old. I permed this.
You get permed.
This gets permed because I started the YouTube channel with the perm.
Do you have the money for the perm?
I can afford the perm.
Okay.
People in Michigan thought I was Mexican.
Oh,
you do kind of look like a Mexican Jew.
Yeah.
a
I can
Mexican
see it.
Jew.
I
I'm
can
like
see
the
it.
darkest white boy
I
up
can
there.
see it.
They exist.
Uh-huh.
Mexican Jews.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you think happens if a Mexican and I mean, you could see how this would happen, right?
Yeah, I've never had to finance a taco.
Is that right?
How'd you get into the entire financial audit?
Yeah. So do you have a degree or something in finance?
Don't have a degree. That's the criticism people give me. But it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Ah.
It's budgeting.
Right.
Simple budgeting. Do you think you need a degree? There's no degree for budgeting.
You're
People haven't
spending
figured that
more
out.
money than you're making.
The degrees you get for financing, typically speaking, are for tax preparation or for corporate financing, where you can basically figure out how to make your corporation money, how to figure out doing liens, how to figure out doing financial contracts with other businesses, how to figure out, how to basically balance financial books. Like for personal budgeting, no, he's absolutely right. There is no such quote unquote degree for you to get to just be able to help average families balance their budget. It doesn't fucking exist. Now, maybe could he have gotten a degree in in financing as far as banking, as far as doing investments and stocks, because that sometimes comes up with the financial audit. Yeah, he could have gotten that. But for the core component of his show, which is just evaluating their spending habits, along with figuring out, okay, what's the in, what's the out, and figuring out a budget for them. No, there wouldn't be any degree for that whatsoever. It's literally common fucking sense. That is what Caleb does in the long run, is literally just looking at the numbers, looking at what goes in, looking at what goes out, look at what the out is being spent upon, and literally just applying common fucking sense to the entire situation. And God knows, schools sure as fuck don't teach that these days.
You spend more than you make.
Yes.
You go to McDonald's every single day. You can't afford it. It's basic math on paper. I'm stupid with math. I can't do math. This is the most basic shit ever.
Uh-huh.
But no degree. I went to school for music.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, but I was very entrepreneurial about it. And then I dropped out. I needed to make more money. So
Where'd you go?
Western Michigan University.
Okay, cool.
Not a very big Jew hotspot, but I made
Hey,
it
man,
out there.
I've had a
No, these days it would be a very big Muslim hotspot. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to leave that alone.
couple, what are they? Caesar's Hot and Ready's in Detroit. I've been there.
Little
yeah, yeah.
Caesar's $5 hot and ready, which now due to inflation is like $7. I'm pretty sure it's ridiculous now.
But the big one,
And
you know,
why
Tyler
must you
Oliveira,
hurt me,
Oh,
guys?
yes.
he almost hired me. I was very,
Wait, who?
Due to
Who?
inflation is like $7. I'm pretty sure it's ridiculous now.
but the big one, you know, Tyler Oliveira,
Oh yes.
he almost hired me. I was I was very bored working at a job. This was OG Tyler Oliveira. Though.
Okay.
So like he was like Mr. Beast. He was like doing I'm gonna escape from the bunker. But he
has to escape from France.
Yeah. He was leading me on for the job. I'm not talking trash about him. Listen, I get it now. Hiring people is hard. He didn't have a team, so I'm not talking shit about him. But you know, I kind of got let on for a few months, and I was getting let on.
What were you hiring for?
Production assistant. It wasn't really well defined. But then I was upset I didn't get to work in YouTube, so I decided to just make a channel the next month.
Yeah.
So that was honestly it.
So what was the inspiration for making a channel dedicated to making retards look retarded?
We did the same thing, to be fair. We called it OTK when we did it.
Oh, we sure did. we proved it for ourselves too.
I don't know. I love Slop TV. My 600-pound life, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what me and my girlfriend were watching last night. I'm all about that. And I wanted to watch a show that didn't exist. So usually when I make something, I think of like, what do I want to watch? What do I want to consume that doesn't exist yet? And it was Financial Audit. So.
You know what? That's the best way to do it too. If you're going to be a creative person and create something, be it content, or like in my own personal case, write stories, write books, that's the best way to go about doing it, is you create something for yourself. It's same thing would also apply to my training. Do something for yourself, not something for others, because when you're doing something for yourself, you will enjoy it. If you're doing something, in creatively speaking, if you're doing it for others, you will very quickly find yourself not enjoying it because you're doing it for other people and not yourself. So creating a YouTube channel, creating a stream, writing books, making music, whatever it is that you want to do. Like every single book that I wrote, it was a story that I wanted to tell. It was not stories like I didn't write any of my books going, other people are going to love this as I'm writing it. It's like, no, it's when I wrote my books, it was stories that I wanted to tell. These were stories that were interesting to me. And so I was able to basically pour my passion into the writing of all of my books because they were things that I wanted to write about. And therefore the story was able to flow much easier and much more smoothly than if versus the whole time I was like, okay, are people that read this gonna like this or not? Worrying about that. No, I didn't fucking care because I wrote them for myself. I basically wrote the books for myself and then I offered them to other people to read should they so choose. And apparently I did a fairly good job with the books that I've written. You guys that have read them have said you've enjoyed them greatly, which I am just thrilled about. I'm very happy that you guys have enjoyed my work. But it's also the same thing with my stream. What I do on my stream, do I think about, okay, is this going to be fun for you guys? Sure, I do think about that. But at the same time, I also think, am I going to have fun doing X, Y, or Z on stream? Because if I'm not having fun doing something on stream, I know that is going to translate into you guys not having fun. Because if I do something on stream and it's like a chore for me, it's like, oh, I really don't want to do this, but okay, they want me to do it, so I'm going to do it. I know that I'm not going to be having fun with it, and I know that that's going to come through into the stream, and you guys are probably going to see me not having fun and go, God, she's not really having fun, is she? This is like kind of awkward and uncomfortable, and I'm not sure I want to watch this. So it's the things that I do on stream is stuff that I take you guys into consideration, but it's things that I want to do first and foremost. And I think that it shows in how much I have fun and how much you guys have fun. And so basically it is a win-win all around in respect to that. So full respect to Caleb is he was like, I wanted to do something on YouTube for myself that I didn't see this kind of show, and I want to do this show for myself. And you can tell that he, despite the rage he experiences during it, he's doing it for himself and he's enjoying doing it. And because of that, you can see that in the production and you can see how much it has grown. And that's why his show is the biggest financial show on YouTube.
That was the main idea.
It's so enjoyable to watch people that are more retarded than you, but it is kind of scary. I was watching one of the episodes where it was like 2 Disney adults. And I was
You're
like,
gonna have to be more specific than
lots
that.
of those.
oh, really?
Yeah.
It was 2 girls that were in a relationship.
Yeah.
They had merged their finances when they were 19 years old, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
And
Didn't see
I
that
have
one.
a YouTube video
I don't think.
reacting to this one.
oh, really?
Yes.
Dude, it's rough having him react to certain things because he hurts my feelings a lot of the time.
Why?
Because he reacted to there was a video of people from my college describing their majors, and he called it a Karen factory. And he said anybody who went to that school is a mentally retarded Karen. And my degree's like hanging in the back of my thing, and I was just
And
like,
you're
hey,
not using it.
hey man.
I mean,
You're hosting me, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It's not that bad.
yeah, not because that degree, okay? Yeah, he went to school for video game design.
What school is the Karen Factory?
Well, no, I went to the college that I was in. I went to NYU, and the college that I was in was called Gallatin, where you design your own major. But I double majored basically in video game design and creative writing.
Yeah, and obviously like the video I was watching, it's like everybody's creative.
So, okay. Yeah, I've seen videos of these. I think it was this one specifically. This college, okay, if you guys have never heard this, it's exactly what he just described, where when you go to this college, you literally say what you want your major to be, and you literally make it up. You are literally making up your own degree. So you have people that are getting degrees in like, I don't know, the effects of yodeling on unborn chicken eggs, or the salt content in the atmosphere affecting the growth of grass, or like some like some of those batshit. Now, granted, they're batshit crazy, but a lot of them were like, oh, how I feel about systematic oppression of poor people, or something like, yeah, like some like just completely batshit insane, useless degrees that literally are not even worth the paper that they're printed on. Yeah, I was like, yeah, yes, the underwater basket weaving. Yes, that's where that came from. It's like, why? Like, honestly, that school that allows that should lose all funding. Like, we're going off track here, but are you surprised? That school that says, oh, you can design your own college degree, that school should lose all federal funding. It's like, that's fucking crazy that you're going to tell a bunch of dumbass kids fresh out of high school, okay, you can tell me what degree you want to just pull out of your ass and pay us money to not learn, and then get a piece of paper that says you have a degree in it. I'm sorry, that is a scam. You're right, correct, yes. That is a 100% a scam and should not receive any federal funding whatsoever, and should legit be like, shut the fuck down.
Design major was like, queer studies in the animal kingdom. And it's like, okay, what the fuck does this mean? Right. How do you test this? And so, no, that's what I was talking about.
With a focus on genetic guilt. It's insane.
Exactly.
These majors have the dumbest names ever. Yeah. It actually kind of is a Karen factory, and that's why it hurts so bad.
And you know it's ridiculous.
It's not just a Karen factory. It's an SJR factory with a side order of perpetual victimhood. Because every one of those fuckers that comes out of there with their made-up fake degree that will actually do nothing is going to cry victim that they can never get a job anywhere, because no employer is going to hire someone with a degree in underwater basket weaving or the cinematic effects of the the cinematic effects of Sleepy Hollow on the average dormouse. No business is going to hire anybody with that quote-unquote degree.
Hey, man.
Yes.
I don't have any college debt, though.
Okay, well.
NYU.
Yeah.
Everyone has college debt at NYU.
I got very lucky. I got a big scholarship because I come from a very poor family.
Uh-huh.
So they felt bad for me.
Yeah, of course. Well, so how did you start getting guests at the beginning? And is it harder for you now to get guests? Because I mean, because they're gonna come on and be like, "Well, I spend all my money on like OnlyFans and I Klarna pizzas. Like, am I doing good, Caleb?"
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
No, it's super easy now because everyone on the audience wants to come on for what it's worth.
They want to.
And in some instances, I think some of the people that Caleb has said on his live streams that they get a lot of his guests from the live streams. The people tune into his live streams and they will reach out to Caleb and say, I want to be on your show. And like, the OF girls that go in his show or the streamers, the ones that have like a social media presence, why, Asma goes like, well, why would these idiots want to go on your show? They've seen your show. Why in God's name would they want to go on the show when their finances are in the shitter and they are horrible people? And yes, that's what it is. They're clout chasing. They're trying to promote their online presence in some way, even though Caleb will not disclose their online presence. Like he won't link them. He won't say who they are, where they stream, what their OF is, blah, 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 blah. But they're counting on curious individuals seeing them on Financial Audit and hearing them say, yeah, I'm a streamer. Yeah, I'm an Instagram influencer. Yeah, I'm an OF girl. And they're counting on the beloved internet autist to suddenly start searching through the internet to find them, and then maybe they'll subscribe to them. So 100% they're clout chasing or they're trying to promote themselves in some way, even though Caleb himself is not promoting them. That's what I think more than a few people do it for. The other people, I think they still believe that Caleb is just going to like wave some kind of magic wand. They're going to come in like $400,000 in debt, spending like fucking morons, having bought up all kinds of properties or cars or something that they're going to take like 30 years to pay off. And I think that they legitimately believe that Caleb is going to has some kind of the magic wand that he can just wave and go, haha, your budget is now balanced. You can now keep spending like a fucking idiot. And then they get a very quick wake up call.
They want to come on. We get hundreds of applications a day.
Do you think any of them are like proud of the level of dysfunction? They're like, wow, I'm really a fucking moron.
No.
Really?
No. They want to go through the experience. They want to have the fun. They want to go through the roast.
Oh my God.
But they actually improve their lives.
Really?
So it's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it. 20,000 hours in 12 months is the average that people pay off after they come on the show.
$20,000 that they pay off after a year.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So they come on, they look like idiots, but it's because they are idiots in that moment.
They are.
Which is fair.
So you think you have probably a higher success rate than most other shows?
I guess. I mean, I don't know any other finance show that's like.
I look at you as like financial Jerry Springer.
Yes, Caleb Springer.
There you go.
Yeah. Like and the thing is that show didn't help anybody.
No, yeah. I mean, there was no benefit to that.
That shit was funny.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Jerry Springer was not there to help people. The whole purpose of Jerry Springer was to bring the most batshit crazy people onto the show, have them just spew out their dirty laundry to the entire fucking country, and then fight each other. Jerry Springer's entire show had nothing to do with helping at all. It was literally just, it was the epitome of trash TV. So basically, either the audience or the people at home could watch Jerry Springer and feel better about themselves and go, thank God I'm not like these freak shows that are on Jerry Springer right now. That was the entire purpose of the show in its entirety.
Who got helped on Dr. Phil?
The Cash Me Outside girl.
Cash Me Outside. How about that?
She's a fucking millionaire now.
She's doing all right. But I feel like that's crazy. I didn't expect a stat like that where you're actually helping a lot of people.
It's because people actually want to change, but they come on the show where it's crazy, get a little bit of roast, but then they get all the tools and they actually get a budget at the end of the show. For what it's worth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So even if you came on, I mean, I would be roasting you for an hour and a half, but you'd get a budget at the end.
Yeah.
And the tools. The tools I think are actually very underrated. Because while Caleb does do a budget for them, he gives them the DollarWise budgeting app for free for their entire lifetime. So not only does he give them a budget, but he gives them the tools to maintain that budget and adjust the budget as needed. And it's the DollarWise app. You have to pay for that. And he gives them a lifetime subscription of it for free for being on the show. Plus, he also gives them the cookbook is done. The cookbook is no more. He used to give them the cookbook, but the cookbook is gone. It is no more. Now he's probably going to come out with another one, I'm sure, but his current cookbook is no more. But he did give them that to for meal prep. And then he also would give them, he would also hook them up with cheap mobile service. And also the Chime card, which used to be the Fizz card, which is a debit card that functions like a credit card, but when you use it, you can actually build credit. So just by doing normal purchases via debit card, you're still building credit, and you would basically hook them up with that too. So it's not just balancing the budget, which is important. It was a whole shitload of tools that he would give them for free for being on the show. And all that combined is like really valuable for someone that is in a poor financial state and is looking to turn their life around financially. Like he's basically giving them everything they need to turn their life around and get back to rights.
Good.
Well, he spends a lot of money. Like, I mean,
you have a lot of money.
Have you ever told somebody to spend more money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
oh God, oh no. Why would you want somebody to spend more money?
Because if you have more money, spend it.
Because you're eating goy slop all day. You could have a fucking personal chef.
For God's sake.
What's the nicest meal you've had recently?
Recently? Yeah. Like, okay.
Last nicest meal.
You can't taste anymore.
The last? Why? No.
He's melted off his taste buds with all the sodium.
So, okay, this is going to sound really, really, really bad. Is that the teeth that I had fixed were actually rotting, and they would smell bad, or like I'd be able to taste the rot. And so I didn't realize.
You're going to do a podcast so you don't have to smell it?
No.
I put him on that side, bro.
I did. And so I didn't realize that it was affecting the food that much until I got it fixed. And I had Chipotle the next day. And I was like, holy shit, this tastes way better.
So you thought every bite of Chipotle tasted like ass?
Well, not ass, but it's like you get used to it. It's like walking around with ankle.
Oh my God, his teeth were so bad that it was impacting the taste of food. And he's literally doing the "this is fine" meme, thinking, well, I guess this is just how the food tastes. And then when he gets his teeth fixed, all of a sudden it's like his taste buds start exploding with flavor. Holy Asmongold, take care of yourself, my guy. This is a sign you need to start taking care of yourself, please.
The weights, right? You just get used to it. It's the way it is.
I got in a fight with this guy. It's got to be like oh God, I almost did the thing. Okay. It was around 6 years ago.
Yeah.
We got in an actual argument because I was telling him to drink more water, and he was like, "Oh, dude, it doesn't taste good."
Yeah.
I was like,
"It doesn't taste like anything."
It shouldn't taste like anything, right?
Okay, hold up. I have to disagree. Yes, the theory is water doesn't quote unquote taste like anything, but the absence of that taste is in and of itself a taste. Think about that. Okay, that's like the water is supposed to be like a neutral, tasteless thing, right? But if everything else has a taste, and then you drink water, the absence of taste in and of itself is a flavor. We colloquially acknowledge it as tasting like nothing, but it does taste like something because it's an absence of taste, which is actually a substantive thing of taste compared to literally everything else you consume in life. That's what I say. So yeah, you can say water tastes like nothing. I disagree. Water tastes like water. It's the absence of anything else, but that in and of itself is something.
Right? He kept telling me that water doesn't taste good.
But just put something in it, like Gamer Subs or something.
So the only good water that I have is the tap water. I only like drinking tap water.
Because it's the only one that tastes like anything because of all the shit in it.
Exactly. And so like you have like the dead body matter and like, fecal matter in it, like particles of glass. It's like adds texture to it.
Okay, when's the last time you've had
God's sake.
Texas Roadhouse?
Oh, okay. That's
up there.
2 years ago, like probably 2 or 3 years ago.
You've never taken him to like Uchi or...
Well, he's been one of my best friends for around 10 years.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Right? We actually met doing this podcast, which is insane. It's still such a weird story. But we've been friends for 10 years. The amount of times that we've actually done anything besides complain to each other about shit,
yes,
it could probably count on one hand. Like, when do we actually do anything or go anywhere?
Do a podcast from a restaurant.
Really?
Nice.
I mean, that's actually
Never take me anywhere.
Oh, good. I mean, like, I would be down to go to a nice steakhouse or something like that. That'd be totally fine with me. And I've been to them. Like, I've been to like a business event or some sort of like, networking event, and I go there and it's nice. But it's also nice for me to sit in my room in a little cocoon, eating my Chipotle, and then I just watch TV. And that's it. That's all I have to do.
I do that too. It's nice, but go out sometimes.
It's about eating healthier too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I get it with asthma. I don't like going out either. I fully understand where Asmongold was coming from, where he's just like, I just want to sit in my home and just sometimes, cocoon myself in front of the computer or something and play a game or watch a movie or watch videos. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to leave my apartment because outside is uncomfortable. Like, I get it. I do. I'm not going to shit on Asmongold for that whatsoever because I'm the same fucking way. I have, and I'm ashamed to admit this, I have at times so not wanted to leave my home that I have actually DoorDash groceries to myself. And bearing in mind, like, it's not like the grocery store is a far drive away from me. The grocery store is like right fucking there. And I've just been I do not want to leave my home that I have literally DoorDash groceries because I just don't want to be out amongst people, even to go get groceries. So I get it. I do. Your home, it's like you're safe in your home. Everything you want is in your home. You don't want to leave it because you're uncomfortable outside. You're uncomfortable amongst people. Yeah, that's a thing. I totally get it, and I totally understand.
Yeah.
Because even you said you walk 5 miles.
Yeah, 3 to 5 miles after work.
Pretty good.
That's so healthy.
Yeah.
It is, but I guess I eat like shit. So
yeah, but I mean, also at the same time, doing that amount of effort compared to you only eat ultra processed foods, basically.
I only eat boy slop. That's true.
He's boy slop.
Processed is good though. McDonald's is good.
It's delicious.
Yes.
I love it.
It's
so
yummy.
I'm gonna be real. I went clean from all ultra processed foods for only 2 weeks. And then I tried to eat it again and it tastes completely different. It was actually kind of weird. It freaked me out a little bit. I swear on my life, it tasted different. It didn't taste bad. Don't get me wrong. I would fuck up Taco Bell. I would literally fuck up Taco Bell right now. But it tasted different, noticeably different after eating mostly whole foods, and I didn't want it as bad.
I don't. That's why I'm not going to do it because what if I grow away from Taco Bell? Right?
You won't. No, it's too beautiful.
God.
It's not.
Honestly, I know that. I know I never.
Yeah.
But so you eat fast food a lot then, right?
No, not anymore. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to.
Oh man.
Who put that rule on you?
Girlfriend doesn't let him anymore.
It's on the if you ever want to have a kid, you have to lose weight train.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's
Do you have a goal? Are you close to it or not?
I lost a good amount of weight last year. Now I've been
Yeah.
steady for a few months. I want to get to 200 by year's end, but that's still 15 pounds away. But I was 230 at the beginning of last year.
How much are you losing a month? 2 pounds, something like that?
Well, I've been steady these past couple months.
Okay.
It's been bad.
I mean,
Well, because I've seen you call people fat on the show.
Because they are fat, but I'm fat too.
Then exactly, right? So if you're not fat and then you call them fat, they won't be able to respond that way.
Yeah, I'm nervous of getting skinny. I'm nervous because then I'll look like an asshole.
Oh,
really? Calling a
Oh no, he's got the Adele syndrome. He's worried that it's gonna be like Adele or Rebel Wilson or that one woman that was in The Mandalorian that was 400 fucking pounds and then she went on the Ozempic diet and got super skinny. I forget what the hell her name is. She was in the episode with Jack Black. I can't even Lizzo, thank you. Yeah, Lizzo. Yeah. I think that's what he's thinking is just because look what happened to all of these fat personalities. With Lizzo, with Rebel Wilson, with Adele, with who's another one recently that went on the Ozempic diet, really slimmed down. Yes, Lizzo was in the Mandalorian. She was in the episode with Jack Black, and she was 400 fucking pounds in that episode, and she has shed a big ton of that weight since Mandalorian. She went on the Ozempic diet, and she is slimmed down big time. But yeah. look at what happened with that. Like they were all about with the exception of Adele. Adele never did this, but like a lot of them were all about the fat activism, and they were like, you should love us even though we're fucking huge, and they're like embracing the fatness or whatever. And then what happened when they went on the Ozempic diet? They slimmed down. Oh, all of a sudden they're not doing fat activists anymore because now they're slimmer. And all of the fat people that looked up to them as role models for being fat and popular and rich, and all of a sudden it was a turn on them. Like Adele caught so much shit when she lost a ton of weight. Like Adele used to be fat, without question. Adele was fat. And then she didn't go Ozempic. She actually did diet and exercise, to my understanding. And she slimmed down. When she lost weight, she looked fantastic. She looked slim. She looked great. And so many fucking people turned on her and were calling her a traitor. They were throwing all sorts of insults online. I want to say she even got death threats after she got skinny because basically all of these fat fucks thought that she betrayed them by slimming down and getting healthy. And so they started just attacking her online ad nauseum because of this. And I have to wonder if Caleb is thinking the same thing. Like if he slims down and then he starts insulting fat people that come on his show because they're constantly shoveling fast food down their gullets and therefore going into financial debt because of it. And he points out that they're fat, that if he's slimmed down, are they going to have the same reaction as all these other fat celebrities that slimmed down and then were seen as betraying the fat community?
Fat person, when you're fat,
it's kind of funny,
fat.
right? Yeah. It's like, oh, me too. Like I know this because I'm the same way.
But if I'm
like less funny too.
Yeah,
I've seen that happen a lot.
Yeah, it gets mean at that point. I don't know.
Maybe you should stay a little.
Just a little. Get a little less because at 200 I'll still be overweight. Mm-hmm. So overweight's okay. A little pudge.
I mean, there's a big difference between 200 and 400.
I'll tell you how much you can spend.
Okay.
Okay. How much do you make? You just had tax issues, right? So you probably know how much you make.
That was a
know how much
error.
I owed. I owed over $4 million.
Okay, so $4 million.
Yes.
I'm gonna play that again. I don't think you guys heard that.
I owed over $4 million.
Okay.
Holy shit. He owed over $4 million. I remember when he was on stream, the video clip that came out of him on stream, where he had to step away and he came back and he said, I owe $400,000. And then he said, that's not even a fraction of what I owe. Holy crap. It was actually $4 billion. That is fucking insane. But it also tells you how much he's making. Million with an M. But again, it also tells you how much he's making. That means he's easily making 8 to 9 digits per year. Walking hell.
So $4 million. Yes. Was that after estimated taxes? Was that the back pay?
No, that was my estimated taxes.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so $4 million. So you probably make after taxes. What is that?
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't know what the answer is. I got a 1099 and it was millions of dollars. I don't even know where it came from.
You probably have $6 to $8 million left after taxes.
Yeah.
More than that, probably. A lot more than that.
Really? Well, how are you only paying $4?
Well, I mean, I think it's probably just not that much more, but
okay.
More.
Spend $2 million a year.
$2 million
Spend $2 million a year.
Oh my God.
Wine and dine your boy. Take him on a yacht.
$2 million. What the fuck would I do with $2 million?
Okay, can we just appreciate the insanity of this discussion right now? Caleb Hammer is telling Asmongold, the fucking Roach King, spend $2 million a year on fucking whatever. Like, just go out and burn $2 million on something. Fucking hell! That's insane. That's absolutely insane that we're at this point that the Roach King is being told, go piss away $2 million on something. And he's flabbergasted. He's absolutely flabbergasted by this. Because Asmongold doesn't spend money on fuck all. That's the funniest part. He doesn't spend money on anything. He made probably 8 digits. He probably made like $10 million last year. And he's into what? This is like, he's been streaming for what, like 10 years? He's been, and he's been like successfully streaming for probably that 7 to 8 years. I imagine he has probably got like 100 million plus saved in the bank right now because he doesn't touch it. He never touches it because his needs are so very simple. He has probably got $100 million plus sitting in the bank right now.
$1 million a year.
I don't know.
You heard? Take me on a cruise, bro. Take me on a cruise.
Yeah.
No, look, here's the thing, bro. You should just find something that you enjoy and splurge a little bit. Like, I think you should enjoy it a little bit more.
Oh, God.
You can't take it with you. So here's my plan right now. I want to create like some sort of fund that,
yes,
in the event of his inevitable passing, hopefully a long time away from now. Wait, hear me out. Hear me out. I thought up the whole thing. I want you to live forever. I want your legacy to live forever.
Yeah, I like that.
I want, and I'm going to hire all my Jewish friends to build this shit.
Oh.
I want to build because we know how. I want to build a pyramid. It like an Asmongold.
This is the part. Fucking God. We did not just say that. Makes me sick. Oh my God, damn. The setup to that was a setup and that was a fucking payoff. Holy shit, that was beautiful. The fucking setup on that. Me and all my Jewish friends, me and all my Jewish friends together because they know how to do this and we'll build a pyramid. Like, what the fuck?
Pyramid. We put him in there and it's like a museum and it's playing all the clips inside of the pyramid. You can't tell me that wouldn't be the coolest thing ever because you're not spending the money. Let's make a fucking pyramid.
He's talking about
okay, you know.
He's talking about making a monument to Asmongold. Honestly, as popular, if he maintains his popularity throughout the entirety of his streaming career, legit, that's not a horrible idea. It really isn't. If he maintains like from now until the day he either retires till the day he dies, and he stays as popular and as relevant as he is, that's actually not a bad idea to basically invest money into some kind of a monument for when he's gone. With all of his most famous clips, his streams on loop, talking about everything that he's been talking about. It's like, seriously, it's not a bad idea.
You know what? That's a great motivation for him to spend the money for something else.
There we go.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to take a second here. Obviously, we are now actually on a set. We were kicked out of our last set. We bopped from place to place. OTK completely sold our set. So now we finally
for the second time.
I think it is the second time. Who the heck keeps buying this thing?
Yes.
But I do want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, even after.
Hey, I'm sorry. Okay, if they're going to do a sponsor, then I'm not doing a sponsor. I'm not doing a sponsor per se, but I am going to chill. So if they're going to do a sponsor, I'm popping my merch on screen.
Zach playing 5,000 hours of Crimson Desert.
I just pieced out, and Polymarket has stayed with us. W Polymarket, please, thank you, Polymarket. We bet last time on the aliens, right?
Still waiting for them.
Now, here's the crazy thing. A senator has said that the probability for that I swear to God, has actually gone up substantially. He's said that they found things that were out of this world, that even knowing about these things existing puts your life at risk. An actual United States senator said that.
So I'm on the right side.
That is what's so crazy. I always I am always all in on nothing ever happens, and something might happen. It will.
You think that we're going to find out about aliens?
Trump literally went up and he said, yeah, you guys are pretty crazy about that alien stuff, so I'm going to release it since you guys want it. Sure. And so I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think that there's a much increasing chance for like the aliens. Did you see the Drake thing?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caleb, did you see this?
I did not see this.
Okay, get this. So Drake put the release date for his new album in a massive pyramid of ice, like a gigantic ice pyramid. And so in Canada, it is the most brilliant marketing idea he's ever had. And so it's insane. And so people are now getting on top of it, trying to break the ice out so they can get to his release date earlier, right?
Wait, so they're allowed to try to break
they're
into
not
it?
supposed to. They just do it anyway. They're just doing it. And so like now everybody's going crazy. There's people out there right now that are like starting fires on top of it. Like somebody's going to fucking die.
Wait, how much ice is it?
It's probably as tall as this room. It's gigantic.
And it's in like a cold spot in Canada.
Well, it's in Canada. Canada's a cold spot. So like
hang on. That is not necessarily true. Give me a second. Let me see where he's hiding this. Drake's ice. Actually, let me ask Grok where this is. Where is? Hang on. Okay, Grok, talk to me. Where is Drake's ice pyramid located? Okay. Okay. It's in fucking downtown Toronto? When did he do this? He just set it up like 8 days ago. Oh, this is brand new. He set this up 8 days ago. Okay. That fucker's gonna melt soon. Because Toronto gets fucking hot in the summertime, especially. But the temperatures are going up. Let's see. Toronto weather. Yeah, like the temperatures are going up in Toronto. Canadian Weather Service 10-day for like they're supposed to get a shit ton of rain soon. Yeah, the temperatures are going up. It's going to be raining. That pyramid's going to be gone pretty soon. It's not staying cold for long.
Yes, it is.
Is all of Canada cold? I don't know.
No, Toronto gets into like the high 80s.
Goes on in there. Gives a fuck.
Gives a fuck. And so, yeah, I have no idea. So, yes, I don't know when it will. I worry that if you have if you have a prediction on when this will end, what happens if a guy goes all in on it, and then the next day he shows up with a sledgehammer? And he's like, I'm going to make my return on this. And he just fucking hammers all the way through and opens it. I wonder what happens.
Well, is the prediction right now on Polymarket, is it for when the release date is, or is it for when the release date coming out?
I think it's when the release date comes out.
Oh, it's for when the ice is going to melt.
So it's how do you deal with that when people are breaking the ice?
There's so many agents of chaos.
I know.
But you know what? I'm guessing he probably, when he did this ice pyramid, his release was already primed and ready to go. They probably have cameras on it. And the moment whatever it is in the pyramid, either it gets broken into or it melts clean, the moment it gets free, they probably have their finger on the button and they're going to push the button release it the moment it happens. They're monitoring it probably 24/7 and they're ready to fire it off as soon as that comes through. I will betcha. It's Asmod's right. It's genius fucking marketing because it doesn't matter when the paper with the release comes out, whether it's broken into or it melts naturally, they're ready to go regardless.
I love it. This is amazing.
Oh my God. I gotta go in on that one. Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel.
There's actually more factors than a sports game.
Of course. But yes, for all of our shows, like we cover a lot of, controversial stuff. We do a lot of controversial stuff. So I want to say a huge shout out to Polymarket for believing us, appreciating us, and supporting us. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And thank you, Polymarket.
Let us know in the comments what your pick is for if we're going to get an episode out next week as well.
Yeah, we'll do our own Polymarket on like whether we're going to actually do another episode again. So all right, guys, thanks. Back to the episode. I mean, I don't know. I've thought about spending more money. It's just that, like, I don't even know what I would spend it on. Like, people, I see them go on your show and they spend money on these bullshit collectibles.
But they don't have money. So it's like, they can't afford it.
What the fuck are you doing buying these? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good when you're not even thinking about it. But I don't know, even $1 million. No, I mean, okay. I mean, I make a lot of money too. I don't spend that much.
Sure.
Either. So it's fair. I understand. I don't spend a lot. But
and honestly, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat as Caleb. I'm in the same boat as Asmongold. Like since I've started streaming, I've been able to cultivate a very good income. I could spend money on all sorts of stuff if I wanted to. I really could. And I don't. I don't. Yeah, like, I don't like buying things, especially like big ticket type item things. I have this visceral this visceral reaction whenever I have to spend like even something that's like a couple $100 or a couple $1,000. I have this like this built-in like a gun-shy response to doing that, because I still remember what it was like when I was barely scraping by from month to month. Like, that is still very much in my mind. And so I don't spend, like, do I eat out more these days? Sure. Yeah, I spend more money on something like DoorDash than I used to before I started streaming. Yeah, I freely admit that. But it's I'm not spending a ton of money on that. I can obviously afford it, but when it comes to like buying anything, it's like when it comes to buying anything substantial, I will agonize over a big purchase for like a month or two, at least, before I can actually come to a decision on it. And there are so many things that I've thought about buying that I can absolutely afford, and I will end up changing my mind under the auspice of like, I actually don't need that. Like, I'm still of the mindset where if I don't need it, I will back off and I won't buy. And yes, I've considered home ownership. I have run into a snag on that one. So no house for me for a little while. Right now, no house for me for a little bit. It is what it is. It's disappointing, but it is what it is. But it's just like, could I buy, like, I've talked about my computer, where I want to like get a computer with I want to get a better graphics card in a computer that could help with the stream and everything. And like I could afford a brand new computer. I've actually like priced out new computers with more bleeding edge technology, and it was a heart-stopping amount, but I absolutely could afford it if I wanted. But of course I'm not doing it. So it's just like I get what both Caleb and Asmer are saying is I don't like spending money. Not because, well, I guess maybe because I'm kind of miserly, but it's like my brain still remembers what it was like living month to month. And I don't ever want to go back to that again, where I'm barely scraping by month to month, sometimes wondering how the hell I'm going to make it. And so I don't spend anything. I basically like hoard. And like the money that I get, I do admittedly just kind of hoard it and just keep it in the bank and don't really touch it, because my brain is always saying like, what if something happens? What if something happens tomorrow and not only do I lose my day job, but my streaming career suddenly goes into the shitter and my streaming career is dead tomorrow. And like that goes through my head. So it's like constantly going through my head, like the what ifs plague me. And so I don't spend a lot of money. And I just basically just save. I save. So I get it. I'm kind of in the same freaking boat.
But just get a little upgrade in the car.
Okay.
So you can drive to Taco Bell more elevated.
I did buy a new car. I did.
What is it?
It's a Mercedes. And it's just
his car's fine. Yeah,
That's nice.
It's a low tier Mercedes, right? It's not like a Maybach or something like that. And you know, like I don't want a car that's flashy because then people will notice it, and I don't want to get noticed, right?
No.
Well,
But like other than
reliable.
yeah, exactly. It's a car. It works. The car goes from A to B. It's great. And so I don't have a problem with it. But other than that, like I've lived in the same house. I have everything else. Like it's
New
all
house.
the same. A new house. Oh, like then I've got to put like blankets over all the windows again. I do that. I do that. I mean, yes, of course I do.
Okay, we can get curtains in this new one.
He doesn't know about this yet. Let's start slow.
We don't do. I'm gonna put tinfoil up on there next time. Yeah, it works really well. It works a lot better.
I mean, to be fair, I still have tinfoil up on my windows too. I have one room that my girlfriend can't make a decision in.
Yeah,
but she still kind of does. But I put up tinfoil just as like a pro tip.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, just to like let her know.
The camera overheats if you don't put the tinfoil on.
Oh, really?
The stupid A27s or whatever.
You can change the setting that turns it to not overheat. So
What the fuck are you people putting tinfoil on things? You guys are weird.
Okay, so this is the reason, right? Is that like I used to wake up at like 8 p.m. Okay, I would wake up at 8 p.m. and I would go live at like midnight, and I would stream until like 8 a.m. And then I would maybe cook myself a steak and then pass out around 10 a.m. And then I would repeat this process. And so if you do that, like the sun is like the worst thing that's ever existed,
Fucks
right?
you up, bro.
It's so annoying. And so like I
He's a
don't like it. I
vampire.
mean, that's why I'm so pale. It's because I never go out in the sun. I never do.
That's why I got blackout curtains.
I mean, it doesn't work.
They're great.
No, it doesn't work. Like what I have is I have like 4 different levels of blankets, and I have like tinfoil behind that, and there's like literally no light that comes through.
Do blackout curtains cancel out
Jesus.
the waves?
Yeah.
Do you know your
Tinfoil
neighbors?
does.
Do I know my neighbors? Yeah.
Do they have any thoughts on this? They see this?
I mean, like, so my last neighbor.
They know he's kooky.
Well, the last neighbor did not like me because when I was a kid, I would like shoot fireworks off, and then there was like a huge pile of trash, and you know, it was a big thing. You couldn't sell the house, but like then after that, the new neighbor is totally fine. It's totally like he's nice, and all of them are nice. Like they probably, I think that they know what I do because like one of them recognized like, oh, say I think I saw your video or something. But like other than that, they never really thought about it or asked about it at all. Never ask about anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they know
like,
you're a streamer?
say what?
Do they know you're a streamer?
I know that at least 2 of them do. And they're actually like, I mean, and then also if I include the ones that are like near what my dad's neighborhood was, pretty much all of them do. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, Caleb thinks we're weird.
Is it like, have you like dealt with a lot of
Odd.
streamers before?
No, I don't know
Really?
any streamers.
Wait,
a good
none?
thing.
No.
Well, he did have that one girl on that was a streamer. Yeah. That there was that one girl that he had on who's a streamer who was encouraged by her dad to be a streamer. And her dad is actually became her. Okay, this is funny shit. Caleb had a girl on his show. She is a failed streamer. And her dad encouraged her to be a streamer because her dad is a streamer. Her dad is Whatro. And the funniest thing is after that financial audit react, when I rated out to Rutro, her father, who was streaming at, it was the next day. He was offline that day. The next day, I saw that Rutro was streaming, and so I rated out to him. And since that day, this girl's father, who is on financial audit, has become an occasional stray. He still occasionally pops in and checks out my stream. It's fantastic.
No. I've DM'd Destiny because I'm trying to go on Destiny as like the counter of you, right?
Accurate.
Because Hassan probably won't take me, but
Yeah, sure he would.
so okay.
Depends on how many views the video will get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. Like if Hassan thought that having Caleb on would basically give him a boost in popularity, Hassan would do it in a heartbeat. He absolutely would. Because, not for 2 reasons. Number one, it would get him views. That's number one. But number two, it would give Hassan the opportunity to try and like quote unquote one up Caleb on why capitalism is bad. I could absolutely see Hassan wanting to basically think that he could stick it to Caleb to showcase why capitalism is so bad and why communism is so great. And Caleb would just roast the shit out of him the whole time. But okay, I'm telling you right now, chat, if Caleb goes on Hassan's show, or if Caleb and Hassan do like a collab, like he's doing with Asmongold, we will watch that. I promise you, if Caleb does a show with Hassan, we will fucking watch that. It will cause my brain to leak out of my ears because I would have to watch Hassan, but we will watch that if he does it.
Either way, Destiny was a music major too.
Yes.
And
he dropped out too, but it's because he fucked someone.
I might watch the Destiny. It was not economical. Convo, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. No, I understand it. So like that was the only other person you've talked to that's
yeah, I've DM'd him a few times. Other than that, I know YouTubers, like the finance YouTubers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's kind of big on YouTube. I feel like the finance side of things.
Yeah, I stay in my bubble because that drama shit gets weird. Like you're always in drama. I do like that drama. Like I'm gonna get in trouble for being on here.
Yeah.
Like I already know I am.
Yeah.
So it's just the drama shit.
You know what's funny though?
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's be real here. You're already classified as being the alt-right pipeline. You like Caleb literally gets drama simply for fucking existing. So, I mean, he's like, honestly, he needs to get to the point where he's just like, I don't give a fuck. Because him just doing his show is drama. According to plenty of people. Caleb likes the drama, don't let him lie. I mean, I think he sees the value in it. Like, I suspect that Caleb personally does not like drama, does not like dealing with the drama, especially the shit that he sees happening with like Asmongold. But he also sees the value in it. Yeah, he sees it. He sees the content value in it. He sees that the drama might generate interest in the show and thus get more people to come look at the show. So while he doesn't like it, he understands the value behind it.
I'm curious what you think about this. You definitely, if you put out a tweet, you definitely will. But the fact that it's not on Twitch, I feel like YouTube is not as crazy about that.
Nobody on YouTube gives a shit about anything because YouTube, the reason why I think Twitter is like Twitter, there's so much of a reward structure around just saying whatever is the most extreme, crazy, vitriolic, aggressive, and just, provocative thing possible because you're getting paid for it. It's like it's a very bad incentive structure.
I fucking hate Twitter. I hate Twitter's monetization. Twitter's monetization is the worst thing imaginable because the way I understand that Twitter pays you is you get paid for impressions. So you literally get paid for clicks, you literally get paid for likes, you literally get paid for comments. And people are capitalizing on this to basically post some of the most insane, unhinged, racist, homophobic, misogynistic, misandristic shit you will ever fucking see. People that monetize Twitter it's literally monetizing rage baiting because that's all. But that's the predominant monetization on Twitter is just they're monetizing rage. And not only that, but they're monetizing lies. It's been exposed that numerous Twitter accounts have been posting the absolutely insane shit that are flat out lies. Like they're posting photographs of what looks like seriously inhumane garbage. And they're saying oh, this is what the Israelis did, or this is what the US did, or this is what the Iranians did, or this is what the Chinese did. And it's blatant fucking lies. They're posting shit that occurred 10 fucking years ago and saying it just happened. But because it's eliciting that heightened emotional response, because it is sick, disgusting, dehumanizing shit, they're getting a great deal of engagement. They're getting millions of views. They're getting hundreds of thousands of likes. They're getting hundreds of comments. And that's all monetized. That's all making these people money, but they're making their money based off of lies, and there is zero checks and balances regarding this. So that's why, like, I think Twitter's monetization is disgusting, and it either needs to be shut off completely or it needs a massive level of overhaul. Because right now, the only thing that Twitter monetization is doing is it's just fostering lies and just hate and rage, and that's it. That is literally all the monetization on Twitter does, and it sucks. It should go away.
But like on YouTube, I think it's way different, because even when you're a big channel, like, it doesn't matter because there are a million other big channels, right? You're a big fish in an ocean, right? But like on Twitch, it's like a very small pond, very small community.
Okay.
I thought of something you can spend money on.
What?
A hair transplant.
You mother.
Turkey.
No, Canada.
No, the worst part is that, like, you already have a guy set up for me.
I already have it all set up.
Yeah, he already has it. Like,
Why don't you do it on stream?
I'm saying.
That's what we're gonna do. Like,
You're actually going to do it.
well, like,
it's happening.
So, like,
Bro, my hair, I didn't do my hair and I didn't get a haircut, but
Yeah.
I was completely bald.
He was.
This is fake. Well, it's real now.
It's real, but yeah, I haven't gotten a haircut in a while.
That is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
Like, honestly, like, I was against it until I saw Rich.
Yeah, I went to
was
the
like,
same guy
holy
that did
shit.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? His
Damn.
name's Dr. Hassan.
Oh, hey,
I'm not even
that's fine. That's
He's
totally
in
fine.
Canada.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest experience of my life.
And you can rent a private jet to get there. We can start getting this money moving.
Oh no.
Oh my God, that'd be so sick.
You can get catered Taco Bell on the PJ.
I know. It's that's like.
Okay, Caleb is edging the fuck out of Asmongold right now talking about this. Get yourself a private plane, get your Taco Bell catered, go stream yourself getting a hair transplant. Like, he's edging the fuck out of him right now.
Oh
20K.
God.
Yeah, no more.
Is it
the
really
Canada?
now?
Well, if you're doing dinky or like big.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, how much does a private jet cost?
I don't know. You're tall, right? So
Yeah.
it could be like 40 there and back.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I mean,
brutal.
I mean, there and back is not that bad.
If you don't spend money, like, why not?
$40,000. I
How
mean,
bald
that's
are you?
What?
How bald are you?
Bald enough to where Canada would be easy.
Okay,
Like-
because it doesn't look that bald from here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Appearances can be deceiving.
he probably spends more time on that than most
you,
girls
Queechy
put on their
Ball.
makeup.
That is unfortunately kind of true.
He's not even on the Norwal scale anymore. He's like he's in his own. You called me fat.
I mean, it's not my fault. And listen, well, the thing is, if I do get a hair transplant, then people will run out of things to make fun of me for, right?
True.
And like, you're right. It's like if you look kind of weird yourself, it feels better when you make fun of other people, right? So like, if I call somebody like a fat retard or something, well, it's like, okay, well, you're a bald retard, so like, what are you talking about, right? But like, if you don't have anything like that, now you're kind of like a bully, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. But do people ever say like on your show that you're like bringing people on to like embarrass them and like bully them? Because I've seen like some clips about that, and like, like every once in a while, people have tried to like politicize your show.
That's so annoying.
Okay, so like,
Yes.
what the fuck are they doing?
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, so this is actually interesting that
Yeah.
I'm on here right now because I hired my first PR guy to try to get me on shows because we're plugging our app dollar-wise. So there's the plug. And then like this happened at the exact same time, and I met him in person the other day. I was asking him, like, I'm getting all these right-wing invites. Where's the left wing? And he said the pushback we're getting is that all of them think we're just bringing on poor people that we don't know just to make fun of them. That's what every single one of them, like, call her dad, call her daddy. The other one, like all those people, they just think we're just bullying people, but it's not even true. They're literally signing up, going through a crazy.
Yeah, this is the one thing that, like, when we watched that video where all these dumb fucking TikTokers were saying, like, Caleb's the alt-right pipeline, he's just making fun of poor people. Like, that was the one thing that aggravated the shit out of me. Is like, they're completely ignoring the fact that he's giving them financial Number one, they signed up for it. Yes, correct. That's number one. They signed up for it knowing what they're going to get into. The vast majority, 99.9% of the people that sign up to be a guest on Caleb's show have seen his show, know what it's all about, knows that he busts their balls every fucking time. He compensates them with travel money, so he fully pays for their travel. And then with the finance part of it, he gives them multiple tools to make their financial state better. Plus, he will do an actual fucking budget for every single one of them on the show, unless there's been a handful of them where their finances were in such horrific shape that he couldn't even budget it because they were just so grotesquely in debt that there was no way he could do a budget. But he's always the goal of his show, regardless of when he rips into them. The end goal has always been to try and have them leave in a better financial frame of mind than when they got in. And that the end result is always about helping them and trying to like give them the means to achieve the financial stability that they don't have when they've come onto the show. And I fucking hate how all of these SJRs screeching on fucking TikTok are like, oh, he's outright pipeline. He's just doing it to make fun of people. And they very conveniently ignore that very important facet that is a part of literally every fucking show, and it pisses me off.
Easy onboarding process. They're fans of the show and they want to go through the roasts and everything. It's like people who sign up for Kill Tony and then you get offended that you got roasted.
If you go on Jerry Springer, you know what you're gonna get.
Yes, especially if you're a fan of Jerry Springer.
Yes, of course.
So it's stupid. I don't know. They hear that and then I talk about personal responsibility. That's, I guess, immediately right-wing coded.
Right-wing, personal responsibilities right-wing,
his entire show is according to
It's
them.
stupid. I mean, I've bashed socialism for sure, but I'm just not socialist. But I think you can be normal left and not socialist as well. I don't think that's...
I agree with you, by the way.
Well, I think
most people that make content though are not normal political opinions.
There's a reason why they're in their house and they're not outside.
I don't know. I defended a trans person on the show the other day. And my right-wing audience didn't really care.
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody really cares.
But the moment I
offended the individual who was on the show.
No, someone was like a transphobe, and I was like, who gives a shit? Just use the pronouns. Who cares? I was like defending it. It was like,
Wait, is that the one that we watched, the they them, where magically all of a sudden she didn't give a fuck about referring to her as she, and the they them basically just like disappeared after the first 5 fucking minutes? Is that the one he's talking about? Because she wasn't trans, she was just pretending to be non-binary. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the one he's talking about.
The right-wing part of my audience didn't really give a shit. And then I criticized socialism, and the left-wing part of my audience like fucking blew up.
I totally agree. There are a lot of people that are not very accepting to any kind of disagreement. Like, there's tons of people that I deal with that disagree with me all the time, right? But like the moment somebody I deal with, like they're disagreeing with me, they don't like what I'm saying. Oh my God. Like, I think there's definitely like more of like one angle of like intolerance, right? But I think that's kind of what happens like social media is like everything kind of gets dialed up, right? Everything is like more serious. Things are more extreme. Everything's got to be as much as possible, right?
Yeah. They also want to put you in a camp.
Of course.
So they had to put me in.
They have to. They have to put you in like they have to silo you in a very specific way, so that way they can attack you, and therefore they can get attention back on themselves. That's the entire purpose of it. All these people that are like have attacked Caleb are doing it for their own self-aggrandizement, and they're doing it for their own, to basically achieve clout within very specific circles. So they need to silo him in this very specific manner, so they can basically regurgitate the dogma that they have been brainwashed with time and time again. Because if they don't, then the brainwashed masses that are giving them their justification and legitimacy of being able to say this kind of shit online dries up and goes away. And this is all these people live for. They only live to basically exist online. They're terminally online. They don't have lives otherwise. And the only way that they know how to live online is by attacking people that don't think like them and basically calling them Nazis and istophobes and painting targets on that. That's basically what this boils down to with, honestly, the left. It's only the left that does it. By and large, the right doesn't fucking care. Generally speaking, all of the shit that the left screeches and rees about, the right doesn't fucking care by and large. All the stuff they make a big deal about, if you were to look at the polar opposite of that thing that they're making a big deal about, they're just like, I don't care. And yeah, that's basically what it boils down to, is all of these screeching leftists, like the ones we've seen about Pragmata and all the other ones we've been seeing lately that literally scream about everything because if you don't toe the line, they'll devour each other. They are basically, while they're screaming about everyone else being the Nazis, they're actually being the Nazis and the communists themselves. But of course, they're too brainwashed and too entrenched into the cult to basically see this because they don't want to see it. Because if they see it, they're, the brainwashing precludes them from it. The cultist teachings tell them don't ever look at yourself, because if you look at yourself, then you're going to realize we're the baddies. And so they're actually basically taught not to self-reflect and to just keep on the mission. The mission is all that matters.
You're either on our side or against us.
Guess I'm right wing because personal finance. And I mean, I say jokes. I say retard.
Yeah.
Then I guess that, I don't know, offensive things.
Well, to be fair, you're talking to a lot of retards. You should be allowed to say it.
Yes, and I call them retards.
Imagine not being able to use the word if you're doing your show. That's bad.
I know. And I say it every episode.
He's in controversy all the time. View count doesn't go up or down. It stays the same.
I'm not worried about that.
People bitch. Yeah. People complain.
Yep.
Everybody's going to keep watching. The people that hate you are probably...
It's the Howard Stern. It's the Howard Stern effect. That's the thing. It's when it. How many of you guys ever how many of you guys are aware of Howard Stern back when he first got started in radio? Not necessarily like you were alive and listening to back then, but how many of you are aware of the history of Howard Stern when he first started in radio? Howard Stern, for those of you that don't know, was a shock jock on, I think it was NBC Radio, but I could be mistaken about that. He was a shock jock. His whole thing is he was a talk radio personality, and his whole thing was just being bombastic and shocking people. That was his entire thing. And his rise to he very quickly rose to prominence and popularity in talk radio. And there was now I'm taking this from the quote unquote biography. It wasn't actually. It was a dramatized fictional biography of his of how he got started and how he progressed through in talk radio. But there when he was gaining popularity, he was both pissing people off and having people loving him. And when they gave the ratings for it, there were more people that hated him that were listening to him than people that enjoyed his content. And the rationale for both was the people that loved him. Why do they listen to him?
So
I want to see what he's going to say next. The people
so
that hated him, who exceeded the number of people that loved him, their reason for listening to him, I want to see what he's going to say next. So controversy literally is, it's the whole thing of there's no such thing as bad publicity. Because in the end, when you are in content creation, because let's face it, radio is fucking dead. In content creation, controversy benefits you. It does. Now, can it swing in a direction where it's no longer beneficial and has become a hindrance? If the torches and pitchforks far exceed the people that enjoy your content, sure, absolutely. This is not we're not looking at something unilaterally here. God, words are hard. But with people like Hassan, with people like Asmongold, with people like Destiny, you have people that like watching him, you have people that hate watching them. But hate watching is a thing. And again, why do they hate watch? Because they want to see what he's going to say next. It works. It has worked for decades. It is going to work for hundreds of years into the future.
Probably going to end up watching you more.
Howard Stern, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was they watch you twice as long?
Yeah, 3 hours.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah.
No, I don't have.
Oh my God, he literally just said the exact same thing I did. The exact same fucking thing. He just fucking said it. I'll play it again.
They watch you twice as long.
Yeah, 3 hours. Did you
Yeah.
hear what he's going to say next? Yeah.
No, I don't have a problem with that. It's just annoying when people assign your ideology.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm not afraid of people not watching, but
yeah.
No, so I mean, yeah, that kind of sucks that people put me in that camp. I don't know. I I have voted both ways in my adult life.
Sure.
So I voted left and I voted right.
I think most people have, honestly.
Yeah.
And like, there's a big problem I think that people have where everything has to be all in one camp or all in another camp, right? Whether it's like, if you have one opinion on like gun rights, you have to have 7 different opinions about childcare, schooling, immigration, foreign affairs, and everything. And it's like, you have to all be either one or the other, and it's very, very exhausting.
Who claims you?
Yeah. Well, and it's beyond that too. It's if you have one opinion about one thing, there is this preconceived expectation because you have. We'll go with gun control to begin with. So if you are like pro-gun, if you are publicly pro-gun, there's this preconceived notion that, well, because you're pro-gun, then clearly you must be anti-abortion, or clearly you must be anti-trans, or clearly you must be pro-small government, or something like that. And these people that think like this is they refuse to acknowledge the very concept of individuality and nuance. Like, I'm 100% pro-gun. I'm pro-gun. I'm fully on board with that. But I am also pro-trans. I am 100% pro-LGBT for people that are actually LGBT and not the pretenders, not the fetishists, not the creeps or the criminals. But I am absolutely pro-LGBT. Abortion, I've talked about this before. I have a nuanced take on abortion where I don't demonize abortion. I see the value in it in very niche circumstances, such as the health of the mother, or instances of rape, things like that. But I am also very anti-abortion for use as a birth control method. So again, it's nuance. And with these camps is because they're basically playing a zero-sum game. If you are one thing, then you absolutely have to be this for this thing, this for this thing, this for this thing, and they cannot accept individualized or nuanced takes on any of these issues. It causes them to fucking blue screen, and after they've recovered from the blue screen, the blue screening, then they go into attack mode because, well, you have to be like this because it hurts my brain to think of you actually being an individual person. It's far easier for me to think of you as like a product or as not human, and that way it's easier for me to attack you, is essentially what it boils down to. Because the realistic thing is, a lot of these people that the SJRs attack, the people that the SJRs attack, if they actually listen to the people that they attack, they might actually find that there is a great deal of common ground there between the two of them if they would just got off their fucking extremist horses. But they're not going to because that's what they've been programmed to do.
Honestly, the people that are talking about me less because they don't know how bad I am.
Okay.
I have a lot of things and crazy things that I say, little controversies, etc. I don't think anybody really claims me. And to be honest with you, I actually prefer that because I don't want to be on anybody's side. I mean, I guess that people would probably say that I'm more right wing. I mean,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I would easily say that, like, if you were going to put it in one category or another, I would say that, yeah, I'm definitely like more like that. But like, honestly, I'm okay with a lot of social systems and everything. I just don't want to go to like random people that aren't supposed to be here, right? That's really about it. Like, other than that,
if you are forced to classify Asmongold, he is centrist, leaning right. If he absolutely had to classify it, that is where he kind of sits. Because, like, a lot of the stuff like Hassan and Destiny fucking hate him for, he's actually in agreement with a lot of them. He's like, he's talking about social programs. I've heard him talking about that on streams before, where he's like, I'm good with social programs. I just don't think that, that people should live in its entirety off of social programs. Social programs can be good. Safety nets can be good when they don't get abused. And that's the issue he has, is when they get fucking abused. Anti-illegal immigration. Of course, he's anti-illegal immigration. But what person that is not a communist and not a Marxist would be against anti-illegal immigration? So I wouldn't even classify him as a leftist. I think he is very much a centrist, where he sort of leans right. So, and that's kind of been the thought process I've had for a long time, is that he is very much in the middle, but he does lean right on plenty of the stuff that he says. But but again, there are some things that he leans left on, like the social programs. But again, it's because the basically political spectrum has become so extreme, at least the vocal ones, the very vocal people on political spectrums have gone so fucking extreme that they basically, it's the whole thing of anything right of Mao or anything left of Mao is considered right wing. So that's why the entire concept of it in the modern day is basically fucked. And why, like, the concept of political parties, political leanings, and everything is just out the fucking window. It's the entire thing is out the fucking window. Nothing makes sense anymore. Bananas are oranges and apples are pears. 2 + 2 = fish. That's basically where we're sitting in terms of, like, political thought processes or ideologies, and it's fucking insane.
I'm totally fine with everything else.
You were on, what's it called, for a long time?
For what?
The food thing.
Which food thing?
The stamps one, right?
Foods. I was on food stamps. Yeah. Yes, I was.
Okay.
And so,
yes.
I mean, my outlook is like, okay, now I have to pay a lot of money on taxes. And it's like, I used to be a worthless loser, retard, sitting at home all day, playing video games, doing nothing, and trying to put in the least amount of effort possible in order to live. And I was getting paid by the government to do that. Now I'm making money and I'm paying for the next generation of worthless, lazy retards. And maybe a handful of them might do well later on.
Seems like the system worked.
That's the circle of life.
Now.
What?
Are you against that now? Taking care of someone like you?
So not only am I for it, I think that we have, and I'm sure you probably dealt with this in like your financial audits, is that whenever you get inside the donut hole of, for example, like making so much money that you can't get food stamps, but the difference is actually making it to where you're making less money and you have less effective income. Like, I actually think they should give you even more money for food stamps.
No, in many states in this country, if you make federal minimum wage, which is what? I think $7.25?
$7.25, I know, is Texas. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know.
Yeah, federal. That's the federal.
I'm from New York. I thought it was $15.
But for many
liberal,
for many state programs, if you get boosted to $15 an hour, you actually only got a real wage boost of about $1 because of the social programs you get kicked off.
Exactly. Yes.
Holy shit.
Well, like
brutal.
Your effective income, even when you're making like 20,000 or like it's like 30,000, it's like closer to like 50, 60,000, right? Because you have like the medical assistance program, that's the MAP program. You have food stamps, you have other supplemental assistance, you have housing assistance, you have a phone assistance, right? The Obama phones.
Child assistance.
It's actually done by Bush, but it doesn't matter. You have all these other things like, you save so much fucking money whenever you're broke. But then whenever you're middle class and you're not making that, like, let's say you're making $40,000 a year, those are the people that are fucking broke because they can't get food stamps, they can't get assistance, but at the same time, they also don't have the money to pay for it out of pocket either. So like, that's the really, really bad one. I'm sure like you've dealt with that too, right?
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
But I also get pissed on my show when people are on food stamps, but the reason they're on food stamps is because they don't make enough because they're pursuing building their own business. So we're funding them to fund their own business when they chose not to just get a job. Like, I want there to be social programs where people who face hard times get help.
Oh, yeah.
But when someone chooses, okay, well, I'm going to start my own business. Oh, oops, now I don't make enough money because I'm trying to start my own business. So here, let's fund your food and everything.
That's that's where I have the issue too, is like, I am fully on board with the concept of food stamps, social assistance to help people that, especially now with layoffs that happen all the damn time, where you have businesses that shut down, people suddenly get out of work. I am fully on board with social programs to help those people that suddenly basically get bitch slapped by the economy and they're now out of work and they've got nothing and they've got to feed themselves, they got to feed their family. I am right there, like, yes. Help those people out, absolutely. That should be the purpose of the social programs that are in the country. The problem I have is when people game the system. And they take pleasure in gaming the system, so they're like, I never got to work because I'll just stay on social assistance all my life. I'll just sponge off the government and I'll never try to better myself. That is where I have an issue. If someone is on social assistance because of something that happened and it was out of their control and they actually are trying to do well for their life and they need to take that moment to get on social assistance and do something, I'm with them. I'm right there with them. But at the same time, I have an expectation that, okay, This is to tide you over until you can get back on your feet. And I expect that person to make efforts to get back on their feet. Now, it may not happen immediately. In this day and age, that's something that can actually take a while. I know this. Like there's some people that, you know, when they get laid off, it can, potentially speaking, take them fucking years to be able to secure another job. Even as something as simple as like working at McDonald's. This may be insane to hear, but even doing like fast food or retail, it's not that easy to get these days because there's such an influx of illegal immigrants, H-1B visas, you know, the student visas, and who do you think these businesses are hiring? They're hiring the immigrants that they can pay less or work less and get subsidized by the government. And so that leaves like actual citizens who have been laid off a job. That leaves them out the fucking cold. They can't get a fucking job because you've got all of these other people that are getting the job. And so it can take them a couple of years to actually get back on their feet. And you know what? I am fine helping those people out to like live until they're able to get back on their feet. But I have an expectation personally that you are going to make the effort to try and get another job, to try and get back on your feet. And if you're not going to do that, well, then I think you should be cut off. And you know, if you can show like, yes, I'm making concerted effort to try and do something, to try and get a job, to try and be able to earn an income to live off of, for my family to live off of, I will be happy to pay taxes to help you out. If you're not going to do that, you're going to game the system. You're like, fuck it, I'm just going to let the government take care of you, and I'm just going to sit on my ass and watch TV all day long. No, I don't think that you should be able to get government assistance for that one, because now you're just gaming the system and you're not actually trying to be a responsible member of society and the economy.
Doesn't make sense.
I'm okay with that if it's a temporary thing. Like, for example, like if it's like for 6 months or a year, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. That's
still subsidizing their business.
It is. It is subsidizing their business. And I think that's good, right? I mean, because if you subsidize businesses, you help, you know, grow the economy and you grow capitalism and you give people the opportunity to do that. I can see why people wouldn't want to do that, though. I can absolutely see that.
Well, my struggle is the largest growing piece of the pie of the federal budget.
60%, right? Something like that?
The largest growing, quickest growing is the interest on the federal debt.
It's so bad.
So when money is going to things like that, I want robust safe social programs. I really do. But when it goes to us subsidizing someone creating a business versus a family who lost a job.
Well, you're certainly right that there should be a priority system. And if we can't pay down the debt, I think it's like, has it crossed 40 trillion yet? I don't know, but it's probably quite close to that. Yeah, it's very.
And yeah, I know they hire a lot of temporary foreign workers and students. Why? Because they can pay, because they do that because the businesses that hire them, number one, they can hire a shit ton of them because they can only work like 7 fucking hours a week, particularly the students. Like hiring like foreign students, these foreign students can only work like something like 7 hours or 8 hours for an entire week. So they hire them for a couple of 4-hour shifts. And so they can hire on a fuck ton of them. And the government is subsidizing these businesses by hiring them. So basically the business only has to pay them about half the wage. And because the business pays the wage, but then they get subsidized about half the wages by the government. So they're only legitimately paying out half the wages. And so these businesses are hiring these temporary foreign workers and these students because it's cheaper for them to do it. They can hire a fuck ton of it, and they're making money out of it. So yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. My opinion is, if you're an immigrant coming over on a visa, you should get no social assistance. Any immigrant coming over from another country, be it for temporary work or student, what have you, they cannot, my firm belief is they should not be able to avail themselves of any social assistance whatsoever. None. You're going to come to this country. We're not going to give you any more money. We're not going to put more of a strain on our economy by giving you money just for simply fucking existing. You need to work for it. You need to actually pay into the economy before you can get something out. And there's too many of these, foreign immigrants, not even talking about the illegal ones, but the foreign immigrants, student, temporary workers, whatever, that they're going on social assistance the moment they get into the country. Sorry, that needs to fucking end. My opinion is temporary foreign workers, students, you need to work minimum 1 fucking year. You work at minimum 1 fucking year, and then you can avail yourselves of social assistance programs to include medical. And dental. I do not think foreign immigrants that come to the country on a visa should be able to avail themselves of the universal health care and now universal dental care in Canada for at least 1 year. They need to work for 1 year and actually pay into it before they can get the free health care or the free dental care. Should not be allowed for 1 year. Because what's happening is, I'm going to go on a rant here. Get fucking ready. What's going on here is the immigrants coming into Canada, they're bringing all their fucking families in. What happens if they get injured? They pay. They go to the hospital. I'm not saying they can't receive treatment, but they pay for it. That's what I'm saying. Because what's going on is a lot of these immigrants that come into the country, they bring their 50 family members with them, piggybacking off the visa. And what happens is as soon as they get into the country, they basically start racking up medical. They start racking up dental. They start basically availing themselves of all the free medical and dental care that Canada is offering its own citizens that they can't get back in their own country. So they're basically using Canada to basically get all their medical stuff taken care of, get all their dental stuff taken care of, and they don't have to pay a fucking thing. They get their shit fixed and then they fuck off when it's time to go. And they barely pay anything back in. So yeah, my opinion, if you're going to immigrate to Canada, you don't get to avail yourself of any of the social services for at minimum 1 fucking year until you've actually worked and paid into the system that you are not that they have been abusing. That's my opinion, and I think that's how it needs to happen. Because you know what will happen if they do that? Not only will it be a less of a strain. Number one, they're not going to go get the medical and like overload the medical system. They're not going to go get the dental and thus overload the dental system, and then they're not going to overload they're not going to overload the finance portions of both of them. And if they do have to go, if they need to get care, they can get care. They pay, and so therefore they're paying into the system that they're availing themselves of, and the money is not being taken away from the actual Canadian citizens that actually need that health care. And then maybe they can actually afford to pay doctors good and actually increase the amount of doctors so Canadians can actually get medical care like it used to be like 20, 30 fucking years ago when some of the people like weren't having to wait months to get some of the care that they need because they can't keep doctors because they can't pay the fucking doctors because the entire medical system is overloaded and broken, predominantly because of an aging population, but also because of the massive level of influx of immigrants that have come in and decided to completely abuse the entire medical system of the country. That is my rant.
Close. And like,
and
yeah,
Shadow,
I think that's what's going to happen, right?
Two.
It does get worse. And you're right. Is like in terms of priority list, subsidizing starting a business should come much lower on the totem pole than like, let's say, a family of 4 that loses their income because of, AI or something like that. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I wish we had more money to do that, but right now it's just, I don't know how there's so much fraud too. Like, have you kept up with that at all?
Dude, every time I tune into his show, it's some random person who's on like randomly like a vet and on disability.
Oh, fuck you.
Like every single time.
Yeah, no, that's a big thing.
Like always.
It's a big thing. And we've had multiple guests on the show now essentially admit that they got injured outside of their service, but because technically they were still in service, like it was off base and all this stuff, they get 100% disability forever now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they fully.
And actual military war veterans are fighting tooth and nail to get like 60% or 80%. Yet these scam artists are able to get 100% disability when they didn't even receive their injury in combat or something. But combat vets get fucked over because fucking reasons. Yeah.
He admitted that on the show. An episode that hasn't come out yet that we filmed was a guy who currently gets 80 as a cook because of hearing loss. As a cook, and he gets 80%, so he gets 4,000 hours for the rest of his life. He's trying to get it to 8,000, and I asked him why, and he was like, well, just so I can get more money.
More money, yeah, exactly.
No, but I was like, no. Yeah. Why, what about your medical condition is going to bring you from 80% to 100%? He's like, so I can get better finances.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I want veterans to get so much money. I really do. I advocate for like a pension system, just a forever pension system. But because we call it disability, and there are people like the trend, and most of it's probably Iraq, war in Afghanistan, but the trend for military disability signups has been like this, and then past few years it's just gone straight up, which really sucks because it's like 4% of the federal budget now. And when there are people that are actually struggling, homeless vets, vets with drug addictions, all these people struggling to even get in line to get seen. Then there's people on my show that have obviously abused the system. That's obnoxious. And then they come at me or they come at you for even calling that out. And then you're a vet hater because it's a sacred cow. Vets are a sacred cow.
I think so. And it's like, I mean, I know that like once you get to like 70 or 80% disability, it's only a matter of time until you hit 100. And I think that's kind of what happens is that, you know, it just kind of builds on itself and you have so many people into service. Now they're receiving benefits. I saw on your show, it was like a family of like 2 people also that were receiving benefits. So it's not just like one person, it's 2 people now. Like that's a huge amount of fucking money. And I don't know really what's going to happen with that because it's like, how do you, I mean, it seems untenable to do, especially whenever these are functionally able-bodied people in a lot of cases.
I mean, look, I think everybody wants to, well, not everybody, but I think a lot of rational people want to support vets. But the people who are abusing the system are actually hurting the veterans.
What I try to say. I think the most patriotic thing you can do, and if you support the system the most, is actually calling out those who fuck with it so that you can properly fund it for those that actually need it. Because even if you didn't see combat or you didn't even leave the base and you have mental health issues because of kind of abuse or something, like, I still want you to get it.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know, you have to be able to call out any kind of fraud. And that's what gets lost in our conversations all the time. Like, if you're a big advocate for even more healthcare in this country funded by the government, let's just say, then you can't use the argument, well, why are we paying for wars and not healthcare in this country? Where to our health programs, the federal budget is like 50 to 60%, and the defense budget's like 20%. Like so if you're
and of that budget, how much of that is going towards illegals? Because don't forget, there's multiple sanctuary cities where these people are able to, where the sanctuary cities are giving free health care to illegal immigrants because they're like, well, we don't want it. We're not going to check for immigration status. So you just fill out this form and you'll get free health care in 2 of the biggest fucking states in the country. Well, sorry, not biggest, but most densely populated. Okay. The 2 most densely populated cities/counties in the fucking country are probably using the lion's share of that federal funding for the free healthcare because they don't check immigration statuses and they just literally give everybody healthcare. And because of that, it's that the actual citizens probably cannot get, number 1, they can't get the healthcare that they need. Number 2, they probably can't get the health benefit levels that they should be getting that should only be applicable to citizens. But because they're giving them to everybody, the coffers are getting emptied out. And so they have to thin out the amount of money that they give to people because the illegal immigrants are taking the lion's share of it now, along with all the other social programs.
Your argument immediately starts from a place of just not understanding where our money's going. You're not effectively arguing it. Like, I want to see better.
Well, and you said the most expensive city in the state. You want to know why the most expensive city in the state? Because they've taken in all these immigrants, which is basically called, and they've then availed themselves of the social programs, which means that the cities and states then need to jack up the taxes in order to pay for all of this. And when they jack up the taxes, the businesses have to jack up their prices because now they're paying more taxes. So of course their prices go the fuck up because they've got to make an income. And then when they jack up their prices, then the wages stay flat because they can't afford to be paying their employees anymore, because if they pay their employees anymore, their prices are going to have to go up even fucking more, because we saw that with the minimum wage increases. Every time the minimum wage goes up, the prices go up too. It's a never-ending game of keep up. And so that's why places like New York and LA are some of the most expensive places in the fucking world to live, because the taxes have gotten so goddamn high because of the social programs that they're doling out to literally anybody that has a fucking pulse. And so those taxes get passed on to businesses. Businesses pass those taxes. Business passes those increased taxes onto their employees, and they pass them on to the customers. And so, they pass it on to the landlords because their taxes have gone up with property taxes and everything else. And so it basically makes those 2 places some of the most expensive places in the fucking country to live, because of a never-ending increase of taxes to fund-based social programs that facilitate handling millions upon millions of illegal immigrants that they just dole out the social programs to without a care in the fucking.
a place of just not understanding where our money's going, you're not effectively arguing it. Like, I want to see better health outcomes and everything in this country as well, but let's at least argue from the point of where the money's already going.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, because like if you're talking about something that's like the foundation for it is just wrong, right? I mean, like you're basing it off of a false premise. Like where, I think I saw like a clip where it was somebody saying that like, oh, well, most of our budget is to the military or something like that. Some girl with colored hair. Oh, and I was like,
I saw that clip too.
Classic.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
And I know where that fallacy came from. That fallacy came from.
Large amount of GDP they can fund it for their state, yet they don't cheer 100.
Oh, I know. The fallacy of like, that most of our money goes to the military. You know where that fallacy comes from? That fallacy comes from the idea, from the concept that the U.S. spends more money on its military than the next 10 countries combined, most of whom are our allies, or at least when the stats came out, they were classified as our allies. But that's where the fallacy comes from, is because the U.S. spends more money on its military than the next 10 countries combined. The fallacy is that, we must spend the majority of our budget on the military in order for us to have a military that greatly funded that we're outpacing the next 10 combined countries. When the reality is, federally, the military budget, I think, is 15, 20%, I think, of the federal budget is going to the military, possibly even less. It's actually not a lot, but because the United States is such a very wealthy country, it seems like a great deal more of the Fed is going to the military than it actually is. But you got these people, you got these rainbow-haired people that is less than 5%. So I was way off. I was way higher. So yes, 5% of the GDP. But because the rainbow-haired people just hear if the U.S. spends more money than the next 10 countries combined, they assume that we're spending 50% or 60% of the Fed on the military without actually doing any research. Why? Because it feels good. Because it fits with the narrative that they want to project that the U.S. sucks, that the U.S. is a war machine, and that's all they care about. They don't actually care about helping people, when it's really the exact opposite. But again, it doesn't fit their narrative. It doesn't fit their talking points. It doesn't allow them to and scream, "Ooh, government evil." And so they either don't even look into it, or they ignore the facts of it.
No, it's extremely common. And I don't understand where a lot of people get that. I think that maybe it's just, and also the entitlements programs have ballooned, right? And I think they will continue to keep getting bigger and bigger until it's just untenable.
You know the funny thing? So I legit, not to get dark here, but my father straight up passed away because he didn't know how to access a lot of different things and he was a very kind of old school guy. So he just lied to me, right? So I couldn't even help as much as I wanted to. So I started looking into all of this stuff. It is really hard to figure out how to even interact with the systems that are out there right now. You need basically a full-time job to sit down and even understand how the systems work. So how was my dad, who was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day to go to a flea market because he was too proud to stop working? How is he supposed to know how to even interact with that system in the first place?
Yeah.
It confuses the fuck out of me.
It gets even worse. I read earlier that 52% of American adults, 130 million people, read below a 6th grade level.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, bro.
Yeah.
That means that.
Oh God, yeah. The educational level of the populace of not just the United States, but honestly Western society writ large is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. There have been teachers out there that have been trying to sound the alarm that they have high school students that can barely read at a 5th grade level. It is insane. It's absolutely insane. And yeah, it's there's a theory that it's by design to basically make the populace stupid to keep them in line. It makes them more malleable, so they'll basically just parrot or regurgitate the talking points that smart people want them to, and therefore basically facilitate a vocal army to support them so they can do what they want to do. And then you basically have an entire generation of stupid ass drones that will basically do whatever you tell them to do, because you're the smart one, they're the dumb one. So the dumb ones are going to listen to the smart ones because they're smart So they must know what they're talking about. So we're just going to follow right along with whatever they say.
They're voting. Like, it's so fucking scary. Oh my God. What's happening? Did you go to?
Yeah. And what Asmund just said about the voting, I firmly believe in this day and age that there needs to be a skills test in order to vote. I think that the concept of every person has the right to vote, I'm sorry, but in this day and age, I think that you need to be able to pass a basic skills test in order to vote. I don't want people that can't even read above a 5th grade level to be a deciding factor in who is going to run the country. I don't want someone that is a mindless drone because they are so poorly educated, they have no concept of how the very basics of the world works and does not possess the modicum of critical thinking skills to function in society these days. I don't want them being a deciding factor in who should get into the government to decide how, to basically decide how we as the citizens should be allowed to live our lives. And I think that I think in this day and age, there needs to be a basic fucking skills test, a basic logic and reasoning test in order to be able to vote. It's radical. It does go against the Constitution, but the reality is the Constitution, the right to vote, actually came out for landowners. It did not blanket say that every single person in the country has the right to vote. It's the landowners, the people that actually pay into the government to run the country. Those were the ones that achieved the right to vote. And and now simply existing, I don't think is enough of a reason for you to be able to have the right to vote.
Volunteer firefighter and potential drafted to vote cheer 100.
There you go. Draft is still in existence. I believe you still have to sign up for the draft. It's just you're basically putting your name in the pot. You're not actually being drafted, but I do think you still have to sign in for the draft in the United States.
To school here in Texas?
Michigan.
Okay. Well, over here, everybody's fucking retarded. Like my high school, full of a bunch of fucking idiots. Nobody could read.
Service.
There was an honors society. They spelled the name of the school wrong. I swear to God, they spelled it wrong. So that's how bad it was.
See?
And like now I feel like everything is like just a version of a managed decline, right? Whether it's like media, whether it's government, whether it's anything, it's just all a managed decline.
Well, that does happen in a like collapsing birth rate nation.
Yeah.
That's inevitable.
Yeah.
In 2032, Social Security gets an immediate 32% cut, I think.
I don't know about that, actually.
Yeah, it's a mandatory in law because there's nothing in the reserves anymore. So only the money going out is what's coming in, which they're projecting to be a 32% cut.
How does the birth rate affect that?
Because you need more workers to pay into the system.
Think of it as a pyramid.
Yep.
Can't we just get them from somewhere else? Why is that complaining about?
No.
They just bring workers into the...
Wait, nickname, you got your DD-214 today? Wait, did you just get out today? I don't know. I don't know if this is correct, but congratulations. Congratulations, and more importantly, nickname, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service to the country. Enjoy your retirement because you earned it. You did your time in. Enjoy your military retirement. Bravo.
Yeah, well, that's what they do, right? They try to import people. And I think really, why do you think people don't have more kids?
It happens in every culture. In every culture that gets modernized, every country that develops their birth rate falls. In Hungary, where they gave essentially tens of thousands of free benefits to anyone that was having kids, the birth rate went up just a little bit over 2 years and then immediately went back down. So it just doesn't work. In South Korea, they're handing out money like crazy and it's the lowest birth rate in the world.
It's actually funny. That was one of the things I had written
South
down
Korea went below Japan
today, because I am scared to have a child.
Why is that?
Financially, I'm scared to have a child.
Damn.
Yeah. Yep. I think I talked about this the other day. And that is a legit reason. Being scared that you can being scared to have a child because you as the individual are not sure that you are going to be capable of financially supporting that child, that's a legit reason. I completely understand that, but the problem is a lot of people in the US, in the Western nations right now, is their concern, is they're not having children because they legitimately don't know if they'd be able to properly care for a child financially. And like that needs to, when we're talking about birth rates, that needs to be addressed probably before you can, you address the financial part of it. The birth rates will probably take care of itself. Honestly, it's if you can achieve financial stability for the populace, the birth rate honestly will take care of itself. People are going to be like, okay, we can have the kid because we can afford to have a kid. So let's have a kid. And you're going to see that en masse through in millions and millions of homes. And then once that occurs, you will see the birth rates start to come up. One is basically one informs the other in this case.
You're rich. I assume.
I don't feel wealthy. Like and the thing is my girlfriend also makes good money. She makes pornography. And
okay.
Have you heard of pornography? No. So my girlfriend did like the whole OnlyFans thing. Well, she still does the OnlyFans thing. She was a porn star for
Who is she?
3 years.
Yeah.
What?
Who is she?
Who is she?
Yeah.
Mia Malkova.
Make sure. Okay, I don't think. Okay.
Yeah. You can do your research later. But just
I don't know porn star names, so if you guys know who that is, God bless you. I don't keep track of porn star names, so I have no freaking clue who that is. I could not even tell you.
be sure to sub, but the thing is it's like she makes good money. She makes really good money.
Yeah.
I make okay money. I think about having a kid and I instantly don't feel like I'm prepared. Like I swear on my life, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, but people were having kids in the farm and they're all dying. And civilization
That's why you
did
get 9 of
great.
them,
Yeah. Just pump them out. This is what people felt. I mean, I'm saying this without a kid, but this is what we need.
How much does it cost to get a kid across the finish line?
Now they're saying like 300,000 or
right?
something. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I mean, you guys won't qualify for the child tax credit, I think, but like most people do, and it helps, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just send them to public school.
Public school in California? No shot.
Oh, you're in California? I don't know.
Literally first grade,
I thought you were
teach you
here.
how to fucking bump fentanyl. Like, what am I going to do? I got to.
Well, that and they're trying to basically transition your kids now in public school. So, like, that reaction is understandable. It's kind of why the idea of homeschooling is really taken off so substantially, is because anyone with half a brain doesn't trust the public school system anymore for absolutely good reason.
Send the kid to a private school.
Even private school.
You know,
He just said private school. Honestly, I don't trust private schools either. Like, the school system in and of itself is fucked. Can't trust the public schools. You can't trust the private schools. You can't, all of them at this point are basically, their whole purpose is to indoctrinate children and to basically try and foist ideologies upon them and not actually educate them anymore.
have to. Okay, what part? What town?
I live in like Los Angeles.
Lives in LA.
In the nice part or the scary part?
It's all the scary part. When's the last time you've been to LA? The thing is if you live in
He lives in the nice part. Don't even.
There's no such thing as the nice part.
Oh God.
I'm sure they have okay schools. In the nice part. The nice part.
I swear I swear the public schools in LA, if I lived anywhere else, would be fine. I literally had this conversation. Yeah. If I lived in New Jersey, I would send my kids to public school. It's LA in particular.
Fine, have your girlfriend post tits a couple more times. You can afford public school.
Here's the thing.
It's fine.
You can't say that because the thing is she already has all of the power in the relationship and makes every single decision. She just spent $5,000 on a cat.
Okay.
$5,000.
Then you can afford a kid.
Does it have those stupid ears?
Do you want to hear how fucking stupid this was? I was about to go live.
Yeah.
You were getting close to ending stream. So I was like, oh shit, I got to go live. And I go, hi, honey. Like, do you want to make love? And she goes, yeah, sure. But I need one thing from you. I go, what? She goes, we need to get a cat if we have sex right now. And I said, yes, not thinking.
What?
And she bought a cat. Then the next day, you know what she pulled on me?
Get the fuck out of that relationship. I'm sorry, if your significant other is basically making sex contingent on if she can spend money, get the fuck out of that relationship. I'm sorry, that is not a healthy relationship. Yeah, he is cucked. He is absolutely cucked. And this will only end badly. You definitely don't want to have a child with her. It's like, dude, you need to fucking run. You need to say, okay, we're done. Oh, I am not your toy to basically just use and abuse however you please. But I'm sorry, dude, you need to GTFO now.
She said, we need to get a 15-pound bunny.
What?
And after we had sex, she said, I just wanted to leave the option open. Do you know how pathetic I feel as a man?
Oh my God.
I'm useless.
So now she can buy the rabbit whenever she wants.
At any time, she can buy a 15-pound bunny.
What? I didn't even know they got that big.
I didn't either.
What the fuck?
That's
like the cat. That's
maybe she's reserving it for the future in case they start to get that big. I don't know. But yeah, no, she is that's how our finances work in our house. One time we had a conversation.
That's insane.
We talk about it. We just haven't done it yet.
What's not to do?
The thing is, like, the wedding seems expensive.
Oh, go to the courthouse. What are we doing?
I mean, also, it's like,
sake.
if I had him be my best man or something, he might not even show up.
And just go to the courthouse.
Yeah.
Be honest. Would you show up to my wedding if I had it in California?
Yes.
Really?
That's nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just very simple answer. Yes.
Dude, I would feel bad making you not stream.
Yeah. It would be okay.
Because I know the second that it would happen, you
wedding.
wouldn't stream and it would just be like,
Yeah, you're right. She would not marry him.
Like,
You're right. She won't marry him. If he tries to say, will you marry me? Or do you want to have kids? She'll probably say no because she wants to, because then it removes the possibility of her simps being able to get with her, which is the whole reason why they're paying her in the first place. Her success is contingent upon upon making her simps think that there's a possibility that if they throw enough money at her that they can get with her. And the moment you take that away, her career is done. Her career dies the minute that possibility is taken away. Even in the porn industry, like the OF industry, yep, it's OF industry be done. Even in the porn, maybe it might last a little bit in the porn industry, maybe, doubtful. But the whole concept of porn relies upon the simps that pay for this porn to think that, ooh, if I spend enough money, then maybe my queen will notice me and she'll say, oh, I've been waiting for you all my life and I'll be able to get with her. You take that away, they'll fuck off to the next hottie. Because guess what? There is no shortage of hotties on OnlyFans and in porn for guys to basically simp after and throw money at.
More going on.
No, that's happened to me a lot. Like any day I take the day off, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we bombed something or like some kind of crazy shit happens. And like I'll wake up and like I'll like see, I'll look at my stream like, oh, what's going on today? And I'll see like Hassan would have a lot of viewers like, oh fuck. No, I missed out.
That's how I feel every weekend I take off.
I missed out on another one.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
That's how I feel when I take the weekends off.
I've never. It's interesting being in a relationship with somebody else who makes money. I feel like the conversations are very different, like based around it. We don't have like joint finances per se, but we split everything, but we still keep track of everything.
Dude, just have the kid. Just have the kid.
Well, we started doing, what's it called? Like the IVF thing.
There you go. Oh, he's starting.
Yeah. No, okay. we are like trying to responsibly plan. We basically said
smart.
We said, I think it was 6 months ago that we were talking about. This was the only disagreement we had. She wanted to have the kid first and then get married. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I was like, so basically in a year-ish, a little bit less now, marriage, year after that, have a kid.
Yeah, that's beautiful. See, it's good. But if he doesn't have more kids, then you have to have more angry streams about immigration. And it just gets old.
I want to have,
fucked up.
I want to have two, but I feel like I should do my duty and have 3 to 4.
Oh, 3 to 4? Yeah,
I'm a patriot, bro. I'm a patriot.
Yeah.
And there's not many Jews left. As many as the number of
Jews. Gotta repopulate. Yeah. Gotta respawn them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I think that a lot of people don't want to have kids because of money. Like, but I think
that's why.
And you're Caleb, you're right. Like, and I know exactly what you're talking about. That like the financial instability is like it's one reason, but you ask people and like some people say that, but other places where that's less of an issue, people still aren't having kids. I don't know really what it is. I have no idea.
Andrew Tate said that kids are the best return on investment you can have. Is Andrew Tate giving good financial advice?
I guess. I mean, dude's rich, right?
Yeah.
He said that you can make them. He said by the age of 8, they're already doing all the house chores.
That's a good idea, honestly.
For God's sake.
Like If I ever had a kid, I'd definitely make him do dailies in video games for me. I 100% would.
The whiteboard is going to turn into the kids' dailies. Yeah.
That's smart. Like, like complete all these tasks. You go to McDonald's. Yeah.
I have to ask though, if we don't have kids, if it keeps falling, are you completely against immigration? I don't know your take.
Well, I think, no, robots. Replace me with robots, right? That's what I would say, right?
He's so racist.
Why?
So here's the reason why. Because so basically, if you have robots, I think that a lot of times that whenever you bring people in, what happens is that those people obviously, they're going to be from a totally different place, and they're going to change the place that they're coming to as well.
Isn't some immigration good?
Is what?
Isn't some immigration good?
He's talking Wally at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not totally against it, right? I'm not. I just think that at a certain point it becomes too much, right? And I think the main issue to me is the unfettered illegal version, right? I mean, obviously, if you're bringing in a bunch of, for example, H-1B workers, right? They recently increased the price that it costs to bring somebody like that over. I think that it's okay to do that, but if you're doing that to undercut just American wages, it's a bad thing, right? And so it's kind of a lot of common sense decisions, right? I don't think that my views on it are super, super extreme, but at the same time, I don't think that you really should. I think it's give a man a fish instead of teaching a man to fish, bringing people into a country to solve birth rate problems and a youth problem. But I do think that you're going to see robotics and technology take over a lot of those jobs. I think it's going to be a lot more common than people.
He's not wrong. We are going to probably be seeing in the near future a lot more robotics facilitating basically the simple jobs, like a lot of fast food jobs. Is probably going to be taken over by robots pretty soon. I could see retail. I could see that being, retail storefronts fading away. I could very easily see the brick and mortar retail stores going away and basically turning into nothing more than pickup kiosks where you shop online, like what your the local Walmart or the Best Buy or something. I could very easily see the store interiors being turned into warehouses, and all you have is a pickup window, and everything that you want to get, you buy it through the app, and you pick it up, and you go, and there's a single window there for you to pick up your goods and then be on your way. And fast food is going to be automated. There's going to be a lot of automation. They're already trying to do that. They've already tried to start automating the drive-thrus. McDonald's was doing those experiments of trying to basically do AI, do the order taking. So they're already trying to do that. So he's not wrong. We're going to start seeing it a great deal in the frontline jobs.
Then the trades will get too saturated and there goes the good wages when everyone shows up. So it's still an issue.
Then trades get too saturated. Well, I don't know, but as I'm looking at the point of view from fast food and from retail, it's going to happen because it's going to be cheaper and more efficient for these businesses to automate it with robots and AI than to have human workers. The net cost difference is going to be substantial, and don't leave us not forget that robots don't need to take breaks. Robots can maintain the same pace throughout the day. They don't get tired. They don't need to get paid. They don't bitch and moan. They don't need unions. They literally just keep going and going and going and going and going. And that will be a net positive financial cost for every business.
People would imagine.
That's interesting.
And I think it's already starting to happen, right? You're getting delivery robots. You're getting all kinds of other, I think you're probably going to have other service robots too, where they can just test your blood or something else. And I think that probably will be in 10 years.
Does that fix the problem though?
Yeah.
But that's not generating this deficit, is it?
Uh-huh.
Maybe it is. They think AI will solve everything, right? Elon says UBI now.
Oh, God.
So I don't know. I mean, my fear is so the argument that a lot of people use that are vehemently very anti-immigration is well, you're going to lose the culture. A lot of people are coming in, right? But in South Korea, where they're not getting any immigration and no one's fucking, their culture is also going to be gone in 50 years because this is not going to exist. Yeah. So there has to be some kind of proper balance where I'm just afraid declining population countries where every modern society has robust social systems that require growing population. It just does. Unless we want to completely change that, but there will be rebellions in the streets. Without a growing population, you can have Japan, where wages have stagnated for decades now, where young people are pretty much fucked. It's going to be one worker per retiree in the coming decades. That's scary.
Do you know how much money I would pay for half those animes? The amount of money that I pump into that culture just with gacha games, they're fine. They're doing fine.
And the thing is, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of those are in China too, to be fair. But like,
oops.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
God damn it, I gave it to the enemy.
Oh, man.
They tricked me again.
So the thing is that, like, I mean, you're right. And obviously, like, bringing people in is like, it's part of the American environment, right? And having people come in and be part of America, I think that's a good thing. It's just a matter of doing it in a degree that's sustainable and it's healthy for the people that are living here, right? And I think that that's the outlook that I always have, is like, is it something that's in the best interest of the people that are actually living in the country at the current point in time? And I think sometimes the answer to that's yes. And then so you should take that option. But I think that decisions should always be made with the best interest of those people in mind. But a declining population or, like a shrinking economy in that way, like if you look at, for example, like the GDP is very, very high right now. Mm-hmm. And you think about the GDP in 2016, it was a lot lower. But most people would probably view their living conditions as better in 2016 versus now.
Yeah, but I mean, because I know I'm going to get in trouble with this. People are going to just shit on me for it because it's all feelings in the end. Yeah. But even still,
you're right. This is the slop opinion. I understand. This is the slop opinion.
No, I mean, I'm definitely with you on like illegal immigration. I think most normal people are against illegal immigration, right? But it's just like, every cost category over the course of the past 5 decades or so, maybe 6 decades in American life, is a lower percentage of income now, except for school, housing, and healthcare. But in terms of actually buying food as a percentage of your income, it's lower now than it was decades ago. Buying anything that gives you joy, that dopamine, pretty much anything but housing, healthcare, and school.
I feel like that's like...
But therein lies the issue, is that especially the housing, that is probably the highest complaint people have when it comes to costs. Is people bitch about groceries, but contextually, the cost for their cost to live, their housing costs, their power cost, that's another factor that I think that Caleb isn't taking into account, is like the cost for electrical, basic utilities, that has gone up. That is the primary thing that people complain about, is rent/mortgage, utility costs, and medical costs. And then of course child care if you have children. Like, those are the things that are costing so much that because you're spending so much on that, you have less money to actually spend on food or superfluities that are just like fun. And that's not acknowledged enough right now. That, well, Caleb's saying, like, yeah, it may be cheaper to live, like, to feed yourself now than it was before, but you can't ignore that people actually have less money to spend on this supposedly affordable food when they're dumping all of their money into just surviving. By just being able to have a roof over their head, being able to have power for that roof over their head, being able to take care of any medical bills that they need to take care of, to be able to take care of the children that they need to take care of by not only feeding them, but clothing them, the diapers, all that good stuff. And then schooling for people that are going to school, that they get like hundreds of $1,000s in student debt that they now have to pay off for the rest of their fucking life. Those are factors that matter. And when you put it in context with what people have for food, it makes a difference, regardless of the feelings on whether or not food is considered quote unquote affordable or not.
Saying I'm doing really well, except for my head cut off and I lost my heart.
The housing thing's bad. The housing thing's bad. Right? But the housing thing is mostly permitting related, though. We don't allow places to build. New York won't allow people to build.
You know what's funny? So I'm a New Yorker. Yeah. I spent the majority of my life in New York. I never planned on owning anything ever. And
why do you need to? Everyone's obsessed with this ownership thing. Who gives a fuck?
I still don't really.
Okay, I can do a point to that. People want ownership because when you don't own something, you can't do whatever you want to it. Okay? Like, I would love to have a dog. I cannot have a dog because my landlord will not allow me to have dogs. I can't paint my walls whatever I want. I can't hang up posters or pictures or anything that I want. I can't do, say I want to basically do all new trim on, in my apartment for my doorways and such. I can't do that because the landlord would not allow me to do that. Plus, I like the landlords, they don't fix anything. And God forbid you have to spend your own money to fix something that you do not even own. So I disagree with Kale about this. Like, oh, everybody's so obsessed with owning stuff. Yeah, because when you're renting, it's not yours and you are completely hamstrung on what you can and cannot do in the place that you don't own. So on that, I very much disagree with Caleb because I would love to be able to own my own home. I would love to be able to not rent, to have my own home, to be able to do whatever the fuck, whenever the fuck I want with that home. Absolutely. So yeah, Caleb, disagree with you then.
Like vibe with it very much. It kind of seems stupid to me as somebody who grew up in New York. But I will say the apartment that I had was a gorgeous apartment. It was in Brooklyn. And now it's almost quadrupled in price since I've moved out, which is really insane because I wouldn't be able to afford it now. Like legitimately, I'm not just saying that for a dramatic effect. There would be no way that I would live in it now. So I look at New York, which, I've never owned a car. I've never had that expense. And I always found New York to be like the most affordable place to live in a weird way because there was always work. Like I could always find work and you could find ways to cut corners and get by. So by the way, I moved to New York at around the time that my family, we got like evicted from our house. 2008 crushed us. Oh, yeah. I was born in Atlantic City. It was bad, right? And went to New York, found ways to work, and kind of pulled myself up from there. And I had a lot of opportunities, right? I ended up getting into NYU and all this stuff. So it's not like I had like the hardest road in front of me, but I looked at New York as like this great place to work and all this stuff. Now I wouldn't be able to afford it. There's no chance that I would ever be able to move back to New York.
But if you look at the place you currently live now, a lot of LA's housing crisis is it's all single family homes. They will not allow permitting building up. And these places that enact things that are performative policies like rent control, every time a city enacts it, like San Francisco did decades ago, permitting fell by 50% almost overnight.
LA,
so they're not building housing, which means for the average person,
in LA is fucking insane. LA's pure permit, like, it's all scam. It's all a scam to make money. And it's fucking insane. I remember the thing with Bill Maher. He wanted to build a shed. He wanted to build a solar-powered shed in his own fucking backyard. It took him something like, I want to say 4 or 5 years to build a small shed that was maybe a 5x5 shed. Maybe. No, probably even smaller than that. 5 years for him to build something like a 5x5 solar-powered shed in his own backyard because of the bureaucratic bullshit with permits and like impact studies and geological studies that he had to pay for all himself. Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare to build anything in LA because it's all a money-making racket. It's all bullshit. It's all a money-making racket. That's why California has so many like building projects that they're claiming to spend all this money on, and they never come to fruition. Like, oh, we have to spend money on environmental impact studies. We have to spend money on the geological surveys to make sure it's stable. We have to do a study to how is it going to affect the low income population where we're looking to build this thing in. And it's all bullshit. It's all theft. It's all a scam. It's all basically the California government stealing taxpayer monies to give it to their buddies and end up building nothing in the end. It's all criminal.
Getting rent control, their housing price goes up. It gets more expensive for you to buy a house. It gets more expensive for you to rent unless you're in the generational rent control. And that's what makes that category of the 3 categories goes up is honestly government regulations getting in the way of actually building housing and stupid people in LA being able to have that local controlled dumbass shit where they protest, oh, you can't build an apartment here. Oh, it's scary. It's a parking lot. It's beautiful. It's more that than like the GDP went up and, feelings and all that stuff. It's school. So school is the second one, right? Yeah. That I mentioned. School, the cost of school only went up when we started introducing federal student loans. You could borrow as much as you want to get any degree you want from any institution you want. And we kept raising it. Then they hired administrators, turned them into campuses of like luxury water parks and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just stupid.
Like $80,000 a year to go to a school, I think is a little bit much, right?
Yeah. So I vibe with the like, it feels like people's lives used to be better. But those three categories, usually it's just like, not to be too libertarian, but it's usually just like, we tried to do things that are nice and performative, like, oh, student loans for everyone or rent control, all this stuff, but it's actually damaged those three categories, made them wildly more unaffordable. But for the vast majority of Americans' lives, food and things like that are cheaper as a percentage of income than before.
Oh, sure. But it's also a lot of other percentages now that people pay, like a cell phone now. Like, I mean, people like that's a new service cost. And like, there's other things that have turned into subscriptions and costs as well. Like things with your car or maybe working or something like that. And I do agree with you. What do you think about like all of the amount of like houses that are like just rental properties that people are basically just using as like commercial properties? Like what's that place that you can pay to like stay at a house? I don't know why I can't think of it right now. Airbnb. Yeah. Like what do you think about that? Like how many of those?
What about it specifically?
Yeah, well, like what I'm saying is like there are more and more houses that people use for like Airbnbs and they're using them effectively as like commercial assets. Do you think that like that's a big role in like housing too?
Relatively. I mean, people want more places to live. And if the market was able to just deliver what people demand, Austin had a lot of Airbnbs, but Austin also decided, hey, we're just going to let you build because you want to build here and people want to live here.
Going down.
And now housing has fallen by like 30-40% in price because we built so much. Rent in Austin has fallen almost larger than anywhere else in the country because we built. We allowed developers to build. We built up. We built more housing on lots. We allowed people to do with their property what they wanted to do. So even though Austin had a lot of Airbnbs compared to like LA with Airbnbs. Okay, maybe same percentage of houses had Airbnbs, but we allowed people to build and housing still went down regardless of Airbnbs still being there. So it's not the root cause. It's a good issue to attack. Private equity owning houses is a good issue to attack.
Yeah, I was
people
curious
do that.
If you thought about that.
It's still less than 1%.
It's
incredibly tiny.
So in New York, there's a really crazy phenomena that I saw a lot, and I have some friends in real estate that were kind of explaining it to me, but I'm sure you understand it a million times better than me, so I'm curious what you think. There are people from overseas who get like housing credits, and then they own these like anchor apartments in some of the nicest buildings in New York. This is a crazy phenomenon. You're talking like $20+ million apartments, and it's basically a safe haven for their money. Takes up a shitload of real estate, and then you have all of the developers.
Not only that, it gives them the benefit where they're overseas and they're buying them, so it gives them a foothold into the U.S. to basically come into the U.S. and avail themselves of basically anything that the U.S. has to offer. So because they have ownership and they're a foreigner, they can basically get like visa, or they can like maybe even facilitate getting citizenship because like, oh, I have property here, so it might fast track them through the process there, because they can showcase, I have property that I physically own, it's paid off, I'm not renting, so why not give me access to basically various amenities that are afforded to Americans, even though that they're a foreigner.
They don't own one building that they're renting out, they own the whole block, and what they do is they push out all of the businesses over time to eventually redevelop, and they'd rather sit and make no money on the property.
Oh yeah.
So there are blocks. There's this place where I used to go. It was this bar and a burger spot and a cheesesteak place. It was called 99 Miles to Philly and Bar None. This entire block now, where I used to hang out, I'd spend a lot of money there. There were good businesses there. Nobody can afford to rent there anymore. It's like a ghost town, this block. And I asked my buddy, I'm like, why is this happening? Because they're going to redevelop. Then you go up 20 blocks, there's an apartment building. I shit you not, it's one of the biggest skyscrapers in New York right now. All of the apartments are owned. It's completely empty. How the fuck is that good for anyone?
Interesting. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, they do it all the time. And like, it's the same as people keep houses empty instead of actually like renting them out just to keep the prices high. Yeah. It's very, very common.
Well, the thing is apparently people from overseas, if they own these giant, like $20 million apartments, these like luxury apartments, it's some sort of like tax haven and like getting their money out of the country and like all these different things. But now you have You're talking these $20 million apartment that could house how many people in New York could it house?
Yeah, that's a really interesting one. I mean, I know in Texas we've made it illegal for, I think, people in China to buy housing here.
Probably China.
I don't know, and a couple other countries as well. Like we've done some policies. I mean, I know we do that as well. Like we'll buy European houses, Americans, like rich Americans, or like houses in Dubai. So we do that too. It is wealth protection. I mean, I don't know if I'm probably on your side where it's like I'd rather people who live there live there. The counter argument, Kevin O'Leary argues that, well, it's like, oh, hey, no, someone bought it for $20 million. They're actually a benefit because they're paying property taxes on it, but receiving no city benefits because they don't live there. Don't know if I vibe with that argument.
I don't. Kevin O'Leary, I trust Kevin O'Leary as far as I can throw him. He desperately wants to be the Canadian Trump. That's why I don't buy anything he says. All of it, for God's sake, Kevin O'Leary willingly basically participates in fraud. Okay, Kevin O'Leary, he desperately wants to be the Trump of Canada, but he's also doing cameos where he willingly will do a cameo. Someone will pay him like $20 or whatever, however much he charges for cameo. I don't even fucking know. But he will literally make a cameo shilling a product that he has no fucking clue about. But he gets paid like, I don't know, $100 or something like that. And he'll completely show a product that these scam artists will then use to promote their product in like a promotional video because, oh, look, Kevin O'Leary said it's a great product. Don't you want to buy it now? Fuck Kevin O'Leary. I do not trust him. I think he is a snake oil salesman. He's a wannabe Trump. He got lucky in his business and now he's just basically become a complete con artist.
But I at least get it.
Okay, yeah, I see.
I guess they at least pay the property taxes.
I mean, if they're making the money, that's great. But like, if
it's not the same thing as leasing out his brand name. I understand where you're going with that. It's not the same thing. It's not like it's like Kevin O'Leary is branding, selling use of his name on a product. This is him actually making cameo videos talking about a product that he knows nothing about and saying, oh, this is a great product. I think it's going to do fucking amazingly. And like specifically for this, not just like a generalized statement. It's like, yeah, oh, the 9-inch anaconda dildo is fantastic. It's a great product. I use it all the time and it's going to work great for you. And like, we'll actually name drop the people that make the product and people will pay him like $100 or something to make a cameo and they'll it is. That's exactly it. He's literally doing an endorsement through Cameo and he knows nothing about the fucking thing and they will save that video and then insert that video clip cameo that they paid for him to make into their own promotional material and then basically makes it seem like, oh, Kevin O'Leary's on board. He's from Dragon's Den. He's from Shark Tank. He must know what he's talking about because he's fucking rich. So I should go buy this scam product or I should throw money at these scam artists.
A bunch of people don't have a house.
Exactly.
Course, right?
And the people can't work and pay state taxes, right?
No, agreed.
So it seems like it might be a negative. Now, I don't know the math right now, right? But even if you're a domiciled non-resident, you're not paying state taxes. So, I mean, look, my biggest thing as a New Yorker, like I've actually never voted in my entire life. And the only time that I would complain about whoever won is if the sidewalk didn't get cleared quick enough.
That's literally it.
That's all I care about.
That's it, yeah.
I was like, is there snow on my sidewalk? No, I can get to work.
I think honestly, there's a lot of things that are like just like the everyday average, like this is a direct problem for me specifically. And if more people focused on that rather than like abstractions of like what's happening in a country on the other side of the world, I think that most places would be a lot better off. I definitely think so.
Yeah, all politics are local. I care more about the Austin politics than I do the national politics. Time.
Yeah,
I don't know, because that impacts the parks I go to, the roads I drive on, state politics, Texas,
more
and
people
my
need
business
to focus
taxes
on
and
their
shit
local
like that.
politics like
more
that.
than you know, whether or not we're going to war.
Oh, the president. Yeah, it's like it's funny because like, yeah, it's like you'd expect war to be a bigger deal, but like actually to people's day-to-day lives, well, yeah, paving the roads and like the taxes, like a lot of that is conceptual, right? It's like it's theoretical whenever you're comparing it to, you know, like people being able to afford food or, you know, the schools are worse or something like that. Like,
thank God we live in a
I mean, yeah, if you don't fix federal, it'll trickle down to local. But you know what? You fix the local, that will you fix the local, and then you can start stepping up to the federal. So while you're correct that if you don't, if the top doesn't get fixed, there's a downfall problem. But if you fix the low end, then you can actually start progressively working on going up the chain to fix that high end. And eventually you'll get to the federal where you can address that after you've finished with the local and then the state. And you basically do the steps. You address the local. Okay, local's fixed. Now let's go state. Okay, we've addressed now state. Now we can go federal, and now we can address the federal.
Country where you don't feel it the second, right? Because I mean, I wouldn't have known that we were in a war unless I watched Asmund stream that day, right? Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, we're getting fucked on gas.
Gas is going up and down. Like that's crazy.
I've literally never owned a car, so the gas price thing makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't know how to drive. I legally can't drive. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, do the gas prices change that much?
So they will change. There is a chance. It depends on basically how long until the ceasefire. Like if
gas is a federal and private industry. It's both. It's both issues. You have the Fed that basically determines determines the price per oil, but then you also have the oil industry itself that is basically taking the price of oil as set by the Fed, and then they're putting their own spin on it. So it's kind of like the whole thing where you see gas prices always go up, but they never come back down. That's partially due to the Fed, but also partially due to the oil companies because they know that people were still going to pay for the higher prices because let's be real, they don't have any other choice. So that's why we've seen prices systematically go up, probably more than the price, systemically more than the price of oil. So yeah, oil prices do go up, sure, and that can cause an increase at local pumps and stuff like that. But the other factor is the oil companies go, okay, we've got the price of oil increase this much, so we're going to exponentially increase the gas prices this much so we can continue to make our billions and even trillions of dollars. And that price is never going to go down, even though the price of oil can fluctuate up and down. So when the price of oil goes down, you're not going to see it. You might see a couple of cents come off of your gas prices, but you're not going to see it drop as precipitously as the oil price itself drops. So it is a two-factor situation on this one. You can't only point at the Fed on this one. You also have to look at the oil companies themselves that are basically one of the most some of the most evil companies on the planet that are basically all about we need to be making our trillions of dollars. And they're going to do anything they can to ensure that they're making the trillions, that their stockholders are seeing literal record-breaking record-breaking returns every single year.
The longer the ceasefire goes, probably the more the gas prices will go down, and the higher the probability is that they will stop the conflict in Iran. Like, because I think that's the reason. I mean, like, you could see conflict in Iran starts, gas prices go up. Wow, what a surprise. So I think really that's the connection.
And by the way, the gas prices going up, bear in mind, the conflict in Iran, the gas prices went up. U.S. doesn't get any of its oil from Iran. The U.S. if they do get any, it's extremely minimal. But the war in Iran should not have affected oil and gas prices in the U.S. But because it's like a global thing, they like to pretend like, oh, well, this is actually going to affect everybody when it shouldn't affect the U.S. whatsoever. It should. Realistically. Because the U.S. does not source its oil from Iran, the oil and gas prices in the U.S. should not have changed. If we're looking at, logistically speaking, and why the change happens, it shouldn't have occurred. It should have affected those in Europe and Asia because that's where the Iranian oil comes from. but it should not have affected the U.S. But because the oil industry works globally and they refuse to make that distinction, and because by raising the oil price because of Iran gets them more money, that means it affects it globally, which shouldn't happen.
There, right? That's true. What's happening?
What are the actual odds?
Let's find out. I want to find out and see, because I would say
oil is
that
basically
the price.
Oil is basically like crypto in this respect. A fucking tweet will cause the price to either go up or go down. And realistically, the price of oil going up or going down still doesn't affect the pumps. They basically the oil industry will basically use any excuse to make the pumps go up. So any fluctuation in the oil, small or big, they're gonna jack the price up so they can make their money. That's why I said the oil industry is fucking evil in that respect.
It being over, I would say it's probably going to be over. Let's find out. Permanent peace in June 30th, 64%. Iran, God damn, wow. So people are pretty positive about this. Strait of Hormuz traffic returns to normal by the end of April, 11%. Oh God! I'm 10 days left. Not looking good.
I'm legit retarded. When I saw June, I literally had to go April, May, June. So I mean, but people think it's gonna be over in like a month or two.
Yeah, no, they think it's gonna be over pretty fast, right? A ceasefire being extended, invading Iran at 29%. Can we click on the invading Iran one? I want to know what that graph looks like.
Oh my God! Look at the volume on these.
$16 million. Yeah. Oh shit!
Woo! That got up to like 70%.
God damn! Oh my God! Well, I guess that was like
right before the ceasefire, right?
Yeah, I guess that must have been it. Like a 50 to 60% chance is insane. I wonder what they mean by invade, though, right? Because it's like if we send like 5 guys over there, we kind of invaded. But I wonder.
I'm gonna jump past this, guys. I don't care about the poly market shit.
But yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
I
don't care about it. I'm jumping past it.
Yeah.
That means
it didn't. You mean it didn't work?
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I'm never coming back again. You screwed up."
All right.
He's resetting the server, bro.
Of course.
Yeah. I'll give you a fair warning. We may not watch the whole thing. We may be cut. We may be finding a good stopping point here soon.
This server's going the way of Turtle. Wow. If Jesus comes back and money still matters, all right?
Not good. That's not a good thing. Okay. Well, anyway.
Why aren't you in Austin? Aren't a lot of you streamers in Austin?
He's saying.
I wasn't streaming for like 3 years, and my girlfriend really wanted to be in LA. So that's why.
Of course. Yeah.
She makes
the
pretty much
girl
all the
wanted to
decisions.
be in LA.
Do you feel like people have
Shocking.
gotten, like, ever since you started your show, do you feel like people have gotten worse with money?
We unlock like new categories that I didn't think I'd ever see.
Like
I
the
just
Labubu
filmed
thing.
the other day. Yeah, the Labubu thing was big. Those trends come and fall so quick though. But people put so much money into it.
They do.
We had our first spending on an AI girlfriend the other day.
Ooh, how much?
No.
It was like, it wasn't that much. It was like 30 or 40 bucks a couple times. But the thing is, his girlfriend was sitting right next to him on this show.
Wait. What?
Yeah, and we uncovered it, and he was sending the gooniest shit to her. Just like, oh baby, make sure, look at me and make me come, make me no mistakes, and all this stuff.
Oh my God, be descriptive.
Yeah,
Oh God,
it was crazy.
I got self-report.
God. Holy. Oh my God. Okay. We're gonna thank you, Nickname. Thank you very much. I think we're gonna stop here. Atanashi, do me a favor and make a note. We're at hour 12 minutes. We may come back to this. We're gonna make a note, if you will, Atanashi, that we're at 1 hour and 12 minutes. And we may come back to this. Cause this is like, it wasn't a financial audit of him, but it's still very interesting. It was still very interesting listening to, like, a lot of people don't actually realize and appreciate how intelligent Asmongold is. They don't understand that he's actually very smart. He has a very good understanding of a great many topics like in that occur in the world. He is a very I'm not going to say learned because that's not exactly correct, but he understands a tremendous amount more than people give him credit for. People just like hear, people hear him like, talk on stream, and they hear what he had, they hear his opinions and his ideas on stream, and essentially like they just pigeonhole him, and they don't actually appreciate that he knows a lot. He is well read on a great many subjects. And like they just immediately discount him as being just some dumb retard because they don't agree with his opinion. And that's basically it. And they're incredibly fucking wrong.